All right. First time. Okay. Yeah, so you can just go to the link that from the tweet, and then you can just pop out the chat and then close it so you don't get double audio.
Yeah. Okay.
What is up, everyone? Let us know how our volume is. Let Jeff know how beautiful he is when he makes that face.
Still trying to get in. I'm an idiot. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're a tech guy. You know everything." No, technology. I just don't.
Yeah, same here. It's so hard to make time to learn everything.
I know. Chat. There we go. Okay, I'm set up.
All right, sweet.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, right.
Let me share my screen with you on Skype so that you can see what this viewers are seeing. Share screens. That one. All right. So you can see that through Skype now, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Modern technology. We do live in the future, don't we?
Yeah. How did people do anything? Let's see. I guess 15 years ago.
I don't even know how they had intercourse 15 years ago. It was like through a sheet, and there was a priest involved. I don't know. So sorry.
Maybe your couch cushions.
Yeah. If you guys hear rustling like this all throughout the show, it's because I'm playing with a set of. This is the first thing I'll show everybody for the early birds here. I got a brand new set of keycaps. Look at that. Now the nice thing about these keycaps is they have a black face and blackface. That's well, I can't avoid racism wherever I go. And then you put them to the side here, and they're translucent. So at the end of all this, I'm going to show you what a keyboard looks like with these beautiful keycaps on it, and then tell you where you can get them. Not that I'm endorsing them, but they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'd like to know too. So.
Yeah, so I'm working on that right now. Oh, if I press a key that disconnects me, I'm so sorry.
Oh wait, it's plugged in. Yeah, you're gonna have it plugged in while you're putting in keycaps. You're just gonna do random things.
I thought better of it. I just unplugged it.
Oh, your volume is low, so let me turn you up. Don't change anything.
Okay.
I will turn you up on my end.
Okay.
Okay. I think that should be better. Let us know how that is, everyone. How's it? Well, I guess you have to talk now.
Oh, I guess I have to say something, don't I? Okay. Deanna Troi is my favorite, the Next Generation character. Discuss. And no one's gonna care about that. They're like, what? Who? Who's that? Who's Deanna Troi? All right. Anyway, Danny, I'll let you take over. It's your show. Just a guest.
Oh, Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie at all, so no, that went over my head. I'm not sure who here is a Trekkie, but if you guys know, no, we still have time. We're still in the grace period since we started a little early. We'll give people a little bit more time while we just kind of hang out, read the chat. Say Zombie Slayer wants us to say his name, I guess.
Zombie Slayer. What's your actual name? I'll say your actual name. I'll say whatever name you want. I'll call you whatever you want, baby. Tell me. My name's Pedro. All right, Pedro. I don't know. You look like a Pedro.
More volume still. 1 second. How about now? Can you say something, Jeff?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. I like food. It's good for me.
Man, you could be a rapper with those skills. that was off the top.
Off the top, baby. Got a million just like them.
No pre-writtens here.
Yep.
Let's see. All right, it sounds like the volume is good. Perfect.
All right. Sorry for the bright lighting.
What lighting do you have currently up in there?
Right up there. I just bought a. Actually, I have it right here. Oh, Danny, you're so good at this Segway stuff.
Perfect.
So you can get these cheap LED strips right here.
Okay.
You see them?
Are they RGB?
These are just white.
Okay.
So they're a great replacement for like soft boxes, and they don't take up all the space.
Okay.
I want to put a shroud on them to like soften them a bit because it's pretty bright. But they're pretty good. There's like $20 for a box, and it gives you, I think, 25 feet in total. Amazon's full of this shit. It's not hard. So if you're ever looking to buy LEDs that are just, you know, general purpose like that, that's the place you should go to look for them. Like, why bother actually leaving your house, right?
Uh-huh. Do you know of VIP on? I know me and Lee talk about it quite a bit, and I'm not sure if Canada gets benefits from it, the website.
No, I have never heard of that place.
Okay, so VIP on, Lee explains it better because he actually used the website that it was before. But it used to be a review trading website where you can get, I think, discounts or free products if you leave a review, an Amazon review, and they would give you a good discount. Now,
oh really?
Now they took that part away because apparently it's illegal to force reviews. So they said it'd be nice if you leave a review, but we'll give you a coupon anyways. And I've been using them to get things like LED strips, cheap generic headphones and stuff. And it will give you up to like a 50 to 75% discount most of the times on any of that stuff. So definitely check that out. And it works for Amazon products. They give you a coupon code. That's about it.
That's pretty good, actually. You know, there's the whole problem of the ethics, Danny. But
well, what ethics? You mean with VIP on, or
you know what? Let me tell you something right now. For just for the record, get as much free shit as you can.
Well,
if all they want is your like, yeah, it's the product, kid.
Oh no, but you don't have to leave a review. So.
Oh, you still don't? Okay, all right.
Oh no, yeah, I don't leave a review because unless it's actually good and worth it. But most of the time. Yeah. No, so
what a great...
Well, go on. No, I interrupted you. My bad.
Oh, I don't know who interrupted you here because of the satellite delay. Or so we'll call it. But, interestingly enough, the best way to get free stuff is to have your own YouTube channel.
That's true, but I'm not sure about you, but I'm sure you deny some companies because they want to send you everything, right? Like, not irrelevant things. Yeah,
you'd be surprised. Like, I'm not like Danny. 67,000 subscribers now or something like that?
I just passed 65.
65, okay. So Danny's probably getting flooded with stuff. But even me, as offensive as I am, as many copyright strikes as I've gotten, I even still get... I don't get approached a lot, but all I have to do is email a company, any company, just be like, I was just interested in your... Like, I was just telling Danny before the stream, right here, this is the Geek A20 small form factor case. It's all acrylic. I'll be reviewing it on my channel soon. $50. This is like this is like the cheapest of the super small cases that you can buy. And I just emailed them. I was like, hey, people at Geek with 3 E's, by the way. I'm interested in buying this. I'll gladly pay for it. I have a channel. I have a review. And they just said, no, we'll just fucking send you one. So, can I swear? Sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's live.
So basically, rule number 1, be entertaining. Number 2, be interesting. And number 3, YouTube channel. And then number 5, profit.
Yeah, profit. Yeah. Here's a question for you. Have you turned away PC related things just because you didn't want to like make a video for the sake of making a review to get free stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I won't say. If I don't have anything nice to say, I won't say it. But there was a certain company that wanted me to look at a keyboard that they were just launching in North America for the first time. They're pretty big in China, I guess. You can guess which of the companies it is. It's not like Corsair or Cooler Master or someone that we know.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones, like the budget boards you find on Amazon. It's just like, hey, we're releasing this new 84 key keyboard. And they're like, this is the one we want you to look at. And I said, no, actually, there's this product I would love to take a look at. It's already been out for a while. No, I'm not going to be a commercial for you. If you want to launch with a product that you believe in, and you think is something that consumers want, then it should sell itself.
Yeah.
I'm here to be objective and give my viewers my opinion on products that I'm interested in. Unless you can appeal to my better senses, I'm not going to do it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have this idea like, oh, you do a YouTube channel, and you're able to get free stuff, so you should take it all on. But the amount of stuff that tech channels probably turn down is by far more than what we actually release on the channel. Especially with like people like me and you, where we don't release more than one video a week, even if that, you know. It's we can't just have all of our content be reviews of stuff we're not even interested in. We got to fit in our own stuff. So.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is I want to make videos that I find interesting.
Yeah.
I especially these days I don't have as much time as I used to. Exactly. I probably will in the near future, but yeah, it's like I can't inundate myself with all that crap. So.
Yeah.
There you go. Can't always get everything you want, but if you try, sometimes you can get what you need.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe let's get to the deals.
Yeah, so we are about... all right, people, whoever's shown up should be here by now because they knew it was 5:30. We're about 8 minutes in, so let's get started. Hey, what's up, everyone? Danny and Oafah, a.k.a. Jeff, here, and welcome to Window Shop Weekly. We skipped last week. This week we were on the verge of skipping again, but then I reached out to Oafah and asked if he would kindly join me because Lee is super busy in real life right now. I mean, we all are, but he is. Hey, that is how
super
busy he is.
He's just fucking. No, he's not.
Hey,
no, I love Lee.
He is ahead of us in terms of adulthood because, well, you just got married, so you're catching up a little bit, but he has 2 kids, so.
He has 2 kids, so I mean, it's extra. You know what I mean? So, no, it's it's more like, and then. Anyway, no, that's stupid. It probably involved a turkey baster. Let's be honest. So no, I'm kidding.
But. Jeff, thank you for joining me because I know you're busy too. You haven't released a video for a couple of weeks, I think. You haven't been as active on Twitter, so.
No, yeah. I've been busy with real life stuff. That's the thing. When you're not a professional YouTuber, you got to make time where you can find it. Mm-hmm. And but we have some big stuff coming up. I'm definitely gonna thrust right back into it as soon as I'm settled. But right now, my house is in the process of being fixed from a leaky foundation, so that's kind of like, you know.
Other than that, how have you been?
Good, very good. I'm bald as ever. That's good. I'm keeping ahead with my shaving routine. You can tell when I'm depressed and I'm kind of out of myself is when my hair starts getting super long. Mm-hmm. But when you can see it like capping out at this length, you know I'm good.
What do you shave with? Are you like a razor to the head kind of guy or a buzzer?
So when my wife insists that I look good, as good as I can, she insists that I shave flat, so like right down to the skin.
Okay.
I'm not a Dollar Shave Club guy. I don't know if you have a sponsorship deal with them yet, but I know like everybody does.
I don't grow facial hair, or I do, but it's very thin and it's not enough to keep. So yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, so good. I've been good. How about yourself? How's Danny been? How's he been?
I've been good. Typical, keeping up with the YouTube thing, which we all struggle with. Any of us non-full-time YouTubers, it's always hard to make time for it. But work has been picking up. I'm not sure if you knew, but so I'm an engineer, and when stuff hits the fan, the hours can get long, and it's hitting the fan, and we have a reduction in the number of people. So I keep saying I'm going to go on hiatus, but it's like I still am able to just pinch out that next video, but it's catching up to me, so yeah.
Yeah. You're an engineer? What kind of engineer?
I'm a structural engineer. Like
you're a structural engineer and I have fucking house foundation problems?
Not a civil engineer though. That's different. Concrete, dirt, and all that stuff compared to like metals and vehicles. Hello.
This is my wife, Kate.
Kate, aka Mrs. Oafah.
Yes, Mrs. Oafah. She's just saying hi. By the way, Danny's a structural engineer.
Prevent our house from falling down, please?
For metals, though, not civil.
Oh, for metals, not civil. So, basically, you gotta blow him.
Thanks.
Anyway.
I love how she just rolls with your jokes. Like, well, this is the guy I married.
Yeah, no, it's true. She's used to it by now.
Yeah.
At least I hope she's used to it by now. Well, she better be. Anyway, so back to the actual stuff at hand here.
Yeah, but
deals to talk about.
Yeah, that's about it for me though. So everyone in the chat, let us know how your day, your week has been. If you have any questions for Oafah, this is a perfect chance to blast it at him since he's been off of social media for a bit, but he will see your questions, and whenever we have guests on, we like to shine the light on them more so than the deals. But we'll get to the deals too. So yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions coming in? Looks like nice Roku on your TV. Oh. I just let that run like an idiot. It's just sitting back there on idle.
Is that the wallpaper for it? The Roku's?
I think so. Yeah, it's just what it goes to when it doesn't auto shut off and it's got an image to display. I don't know why it's like that because my computer was on at some point, but.
Well, I was curious how they knew it was a Roku when I couldn't see a Roku in sight, so it must have been the decoration, or yeah.
Yeah, it's this default screensaver. Yeah, so graphics card prices, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not getting any better.
Well, on the topic of that, so I just tweeted out a deal for the KB Lake Pentium, the G4560. So those, remember when they were saying it was cannibalizing their i3, so they kind of cut production? I'm not sure if that was true or not, but we did see an increase in price in those. But I've been recently seeing now that they've been falling to MSRP or slightly lower. Based on what you know now, with the new APUs from Ryzen being only $100, what would you suggest for people to do?
Well, sometime last year I released a video about the i3-8100, and on paper, that was my prediction for the next budget killer. That was straight up quad core, 4 KB Lake cores, or I guess Coffee Lake cores. It's all the same shit, we know that, same architecture. So that was my prediction. The problem with the i3-8100 was that I think, as far as I know, they still haven't released H310 boards, right? They're not out yet.
Not that I've seen. Let me see.
So when you've got to buy RAM at $10 a gig or more, and you've got to buy a motherboard that's still going to cost you like $80, or I mean, in the United States, I guess you guys can get them for like 60, 70, like a B350 or something like that. There's no incentive. So if you're going to go on the Intel side, it does still fall to the 2-core 4-thread G4560. But that makes no sense now with the Ryzen option, especially when you consider the fact that GPU prices are so insane and the Ryzen graphics will get you by. As where anything on the Intel side just won't. So that's where the argument ends, in my opinion. The new 2200 is 2200G is it. Like that's the budget chip you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with a cheap A320 board that won't allow for overclocking, it's like, how can you beat that? That's a fantastic deal.
Yeah, that'll come in like $140, brand new too.
Yeah,
And the B350s are so cheap nowadays. They're like $10 to $15 more. So I usually would recommend that, but sometimes A320s, I've seen them fall to like $30 after mail-in rebate, so that's also an option. But yeah, so I'm looking at Newegg right now. I sorted by the 300 series 1151 motherboards. The cheapest one is $104. So yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, I guess if you're gonna keep it for a while and then eventually upgrade to like the i7, maybe. But for the budget realm, it's kind of hard to compete with AMD.
Yeah, it's true, which is good. Competition is good. It kicks everybody in the ass and gets them moving forward. So that's what we want to see as consumers.
Yeah.
Remember, never have a team. Don't be Team Intel, Team Red, Team Green. Always look for the best value that a company is looking to offer you.
Yeah.
That's for the kids out there, because I know you have a lot of adult viewers, but for the children that are watching, and there are probably some of you, it's a life lesson you can carry with you. That, and always bag it up. So. Anyway.
Good life lessons from Jeff right there.
Yeah, well, always bag it up.
Unbag it when you're ready for that next phase in life. But yeah, otherwise.
Yeah. But otherwise bag it up.
Well, I don't know. Do you want kids? I don't know if you've mentioned this or not.
Oh, well, okay. So I, at age 27, had a snipping.
Oh, okay.
I can't have children. At least not without a reversal. Now, we are planning on doing that, actually. My life was in a lot worse shape back then, so I was just like, hey, if I'm going to be having sex with kids, oh, God, I have kids. But what I meant to say was, if I'm going to be having sex with kids on the horizon, that ain't, that's not a good plan, because I just was in a bad spot. So the idea was just to, get it sorted out and then go out and have all the sex. And just not risk it. And even have one of those Maury situations where it's like a girl gets pregnant, she says it's mine, I go on the show and I'm like, oh yeah, here's a doctor's certificate, I had a fixing, fuck you.
Wow, you're that paranoid, huh?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust people at all. It isn't women, it's not a women thing, it's a people thing. People are kind of scum.
People are crazy,
yeah. Yeah, so you got to be careful.
Okay.
But we are planning. like
Okay.
for that, and it might involve a reverse, might involve adoption, might involve in vitro. We got options, so it's all good.
Yeah.
How about yourself? Are you going to reproduce? Are you going to give a nice little baby that beautiful uniform skin, that Vietnamese mocha tone? That
We
you're
would.
Vietnamese, right?
People don't know what I am.
Oh, okay. Sorry, he's like one of those guys from South Park that's like a mix of all the races.
Yeah. Well, you
That's what
don't.
it is.
You technically don't know what I am. So, but no.
That's true.
Like I was saying, there's if this was a race, Lee was ahead because he has the kids in the house, and you now have a wife and a house. I think
Yeah.
for me, house comes first, of course. So we're actually in the process of trying to figure that out right now. Seattle's housing market is not as bad as San Francisco, but it is pretty bad. So prices keep going up. So I'm going to get a house before I have kids. So yeah.
Good plan.
So kids
Yeah,
are
that's what
probably
we
a
did.
few years off.
Yeah, or sorry, with regards to marriage, we got a house first, and then we got married.
Yeah.
House
Actually,
came first.
I think house is gonna come before marriage for me because I'm basically married to
Yeah.
my girlfriend. We live together, we do everything together, and yeah, we plan everything out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good plan.
But yeah, wow, that got sidetracked from motherboards. But hey, that's good talks. Let's see. Did you? Okay, so I'm not sure if you saw Twitter a few days or weeks back, maybe. EVJB stock. Do they ship to you? Or have you
They
ever
do.
checked
In
them?
fact, I believe they have their own Canadian site for that.
Ah, okay.
So we have different prices, but it comes up a lot in Build a PC Sales Canada, which is a separate subreddit from the one you guys use.
Okay.
And they have good deals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just that they're gone like 3 seconds after the link is posted.
Well, 2 weeks
So-
ago, or was it 2 or maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago? So I'm not sure if you saw when the 780 Ti's were posted for $80. It happened live
No.
during stream. Like me and Lee were
my
streaming.
God.
Not only that, but they also had like 780s for like $70, and then like 770s for like $60. There were a lot of
Wow.
them because they didn't sell out in like under a minute. It was on
Right.
for a good like 30 minutes while we were streaming, and then it hit Build a PC sales. Then I think it sold out. But
Yeah.
we hopped over there, and like so many people on chat were able to get one. Like a lot of the viewers were
Good.
able. Yeah, so that's a good thing. I picked up a few, so that's coming in an unboxing soon. But yeah, that was like the best deal that I've seen in a long time.
That's crazy. I've never gotten a 780 Ti for that cheap ever. Not even close. Actually, I got a 780 for 100 Canadian. That's about as close as I've gotten. But that's used. That's secondhand.
Yeah,
B stock at the very least, is good for a year. I
Mhm.
think they warranty it for a year, right? So that's pretty good.
yeah, and then 1 second, I need to. My name's popping up in the chat all of a sudden. Okay, but what was I gonna say? Oh, but then no, like the following week or two after, they put 980s or 980 Ti's for also dirt cheap, but I missed out on that one. So
Oh wow.
EVJB stock, now that's the thing I'm searching more often because
Yep.
they don't always send out. There was no email flyers for this, and it wasn't on Build a PC sales. It was just a random, they got stock in and
Yeah.
they posted it. So
Yep.
yeah,
That's good. I mean, you take what you can get in this market. God damn. Do you mind if I go on a tangent?
oh, go
Off
ahead.
On a tangent?
Go ahead.
So, like, it's related anyway. But the real problem with GPU prices being so bad right now, and this is the real danger long term, is that first, other players are going to get into the market. So you've got your Intels, you got your potentially Samsungs. I'm hearing now. You've got your Qualcomms. They're all going to be like, cryptocurrency, a lot of money in this. Let's see if we can put out a product that can be competitive per dollar.
Mhm.
So then they'll jump into the market. They'll come out with their own products that are maybe geared specifically towards cryptocurrency mining, and might take a bit of NVIDIA and AMD's market share away. Other ASIC products might come out that will compete, and you'd think, oh, that's a good thing. But if it takes too long and too much of that market share erodes away from AMD and NVIDIA, and this whole thing drags on for too long, they're going to push PC gamers, like PC gaming in general as a hobby is going to decline. And when they come back as the only two providers of gaming capable cards, which might be the case after all this is said and done, if it goes on long enough, there might be no consumer base left for them to sell cards to, which is bad for all of us. So for those of us who care about the hobby, we the enthusiasts, you people watching, and Danny and I, we depend on the casuals. buying graphics cards because they make up 90% of the market.
Yeah.
So if they leave, suddenly these graphics cards prices that you're seeing right now are here to stay, not because of cryptocurrency mining, but because the volume of production isn't there, and that's what they'll cost, which would be a real goddamn shame.
Yeah.
So we can't let this going on for as long as it's gone on is making a serious dent in our hobby. And to the credit to Microsoft and Sony, I mean, the Xbox One X, that motherfucker's got a an RX 580 strapped onto it. Like, that's a pretty beefy console for what you're paying. For the first time in a long time, since maybe the Super Nintendo days, I'm recommending that people with limited budgets, console's not a bad option. Especially now they're talking about integrating, support for keyboard and mice on like half the games they've got, and it's I've said this all along, like the PC and the console are doing this. They're slowly coming together. They're having a nice big sexy finger family, because it's all OWP underneath, right? It's the Windows platform, but Xbox skin and bullshit, and then on the PC side, it's what we know as Windows, but the underlying architecture is the same. So, it could be bad for us. Is all I'm saying.
That being said, do you own any of the newest gen consoles?
Hell no.
Because I know you stream. Wait, when you stream gameplay, is it sometimes from console though on your channel?
No,
oh,
never.
Okay.
It's always either second PC for streaming, or if it's a low intensity game, I'll just do it on. I've got a 1700X in here, so all those cores kind of make streaming a little easier.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it's not too intense, I'll just do it on the one PC. But I have a second PC for streaming that I'll hook up. So, yeah. G413 and a G502 combo for $70. Is that a keyboard? 413? That's Romer G though. Ooh. Mush City. Romer G key switches are awful. What does this say? I'm so old. I can't even tell. It's upside down. I'm sorry. I'm attaching keycaps to this keyboard while we're streaming here. I can't tell what the fuck I'm touching.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't give any advice on that Logitech combo because I myself don't use big name brand stuff. Like, my mouse is this $14 vertical mouse, and my keyboard is from Monoprice. So, the only time I buy a big name brand thing is if I get it on a discount. So, I can't give any advice on there. Sorry. That's Jordy from Budget Tech. If anyone else knows, though.
If you'd like some advice, I have some advice. Don't buy Logitech products. Unless it's a webcam.
And this is what I have to say, because we both use C920s.
We do.
Yeah.
C920 is a good piece of hardware, but everything else they make is just overpriced and overhyped. It's like mechanical keyboards by name brands that you know and trust, so to speak, not worth it. $80 for a 10 keyless keyboard from Cooler Master, or $40 from, Aukey, one of these Chinese companies. Just as good in every way.
Well, some people, I don't know. Like, for me, the cherry switches, I can't really tell too much of a difference. Obviously, there's some difference, but is it enough for me to pay more? Not really. It's a mechanical switch that's made out of plastic and some metal contacts. So, but some people are very particular about their stuff, right?
It's true.
And they have the money to fork for it. So, yeah, we're cheap.
People are very particular about their things. This one time, I met a woman, and I went out with her on a date, and she wouldn't sleep with me because I was a man.
Oh, one of those.
One of those.
Why did she go on a date with you in the first place?
I don't know. I kind of look like a lesbian when I grow hair.
Can we see pictures? Shoot me a picture, and I'll put it on the screen.
No, actually, no. Truthfully, that was just a joke. I haven't had a head of hair since I was like 14. I think. I've shaved since I was maybe 15 years old.
Oh.
So it's been 22, 23 years. So that's not happening.
That is a lot of years.
Yeah.
I forget, you're past your mid-30s now, right?
I am 37, 38 next month. Yeah. Pretty soon my balls aren't going to work.
No, those work up until like, what, 50, 55? So I think you'll be
Well, Mine are disconnected. I don't know if they work.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe they still work.
Uh,
Sorry, guys. I'm using my monitor like light to shine these keycaps and see what's actually under them. So don't mind me.
Let's see. All right, so I'm just gonna start on Slick Deals. I'm not sure what you use. I think we talked about this over in Canada. Do you just like going to deal websites just for things you might need around the house as well, or do you try to be tame?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I do absolutely. I mean, I'll browse Amazon for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Prime membership, so buying stuff is really enjoyable. But yeah, absolutely. Red Flag Deals is a website up here in Canada that we use a lot. I don't know if you have that in the
Red
States.
Flag Deals. We can actually check that out right now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like recently, I wish tonight was the night that this was happening. With Shoppers Drug Mart, a pharmacy no less in this country, was they had a 20% off everything in the store discount for that one day, and you just had to show them a coupon. And of course, they carry things like Xbox One controllers, which of course are very good for a PC accessory.
Yes, yeah.
And you could buy it with optimum points. So if you had your points saved up, and you got the discount, it's like $50 for the controller, but free because you just built up points over the years. So that's good for. It's coupons. I said coupons. Coupons and whatnot. We don't get as much. Like I noticed in the United States, you guys get a lot of just hard cuts on items all across the board. Probably because you have cheaper manufacturing. Well, not just, I mean,
you mean Amazon
costs,
specifically?
It's just everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Like when I watch your stream, sometimes I check in. I look at some of the deals you're getting. Like we don't ever find EVGA power supplies for $10, but you guys do. Right? Oh
yeah, after rebate. Yeah. And those have gone away, actually. I haven't run across that for a while now. But they do have a good base price for like the 450B or BTs or whichever ones. Those are usually $22 on Amazon. I'm not sure if you guys have the similar pricing there without rebates or sales.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the cheapest I ever saw on those was, I don't know, like I think at Christmas time maybe $30 Canadian, so that would be 24 your money. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, like it's not terrible, but
yeah.
I've seen some nutty stuff on your channel, and I do creep you more than you realize. Sometimes I'll just sit there and not say anything. I'll just watch from the corner.
I agree. No, US definitely has the best prices. Yeah. It's got to be in the world. Like nobody has better prices unless it's
true.
Yeah, so definitely very fortunate. Even though I live in a more expensive part of the U.S., but yeah. But Red Flag Deals is where Canadians save, so it's only for you Canadians.
Yeah, there's a couple of other places here, websites that on occasion will have information that is worth looking at, but not as prevalent as you guys. Mm-hmm. The United States is like the home of the discount. Like it's all over. Sorry, I got to grab something back here, but like. Your country is a country built on frugalness, is what I'll say is very good about you. And Canadians are just content to pay the price that it is and not care. Mm-hmm. But Americans are the kind of, from my experience, Americans are the kind of people that'll like stand in line for a free towel for 4 hours. just
Black Friday. Wait, how's Black Friday up in Canada? I guess I never thought it's the same thing.
That's a perfect example. You guys, you have fucking. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm a big bitch. You got fights. I spent on Black Friday. I spent like 8 hours on World Star Hip Hop just looking at people beating the shit out of each other for TVs. But here in Canada, there's nothing.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Well, because your Thanksgiving is like in the middle of the year, right? Your Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize.
It's like October. Yeah.
I thought at least Canada would be similar in terms of the Black Friday. Just because
we have what you would call Black Friday. Like we celebrate that day on the same day that you do, but it's of no significance really.
Okay.
Like there will be deals. Stores will have discounts. People will go, but it'll be in orderly lines, and people will be respectful of one another, and there will be ample stock, and no one will get hurt. So that's the difference.
Canadians are just much more polite. I know that's a stereotype, but hey, it's a good one, and I don't think there's any. But yeah, And no, I've heard things. My friends who have moved to Canada or lived there for school and stuff, they'd say things
Yeah.
like you would go to the supermarket and not lock your car, or your front door would just always be left unlocked, or something like that. So very,
yeah.
very different culture than here.
It is like the same but different. Like it's not so wildly different that you'll feel like a foreigner coming up here, but
Yeah.
it's different. And I noticed Americans, like especially whiteys in America, just you guys look a little different than we do. You guys know, like Canadians have like look at this face. This isn't an American face. This is a very
So-
like, I eat shepherd's pie for breakfast kind of face.
So I'm trying to put like, yeah, you, Dimitri from Hardware Canucks, and Linus,
Right.
and you guys have a different look than white people from America, and yeah, I could
It's
see that a little
true.
bit. Yeah.
It's true. It's the hair. We don't do the whole part and slick thing like a lot of white people in the United States do. But that's a big reason why I think. But anyway, sorry for the racism, guys. I'm really not that ethnic. But
Um,
okay, where does page up go? I haven't used anything but a 60% keyboard in so long. Where does
oh,
page up
I don't
go?
know on a non-standard 104 key keyboard, because they're all smushed together in those, like right next to the arrow keys. Yeah, I can't tell you.
No, but on a standard keyboard, where does it go?
Oh, on a standard one, it's right. So it's the furthest right, closest to the numpad on the upper one, because it's page up then page down. So in that row of six.
Right.
So it's in the row of six, top right
It's
most.
page up, so it's up.
Yeah.
See, Danny, this is why you get the big bucks, and I've got 8,000
I mean,
subscribers.
I cheated because I looked straight down. I couldn't remember that off the top of my head. That'd be an interesting test. I'm sure that there's a keyboard test out there where you could fill it in, kind of like you do with the maps with countries and cities. Like, if you could fill out an entire keyboard based on memory, I would probably
Yeah.
fail. Even though I can
I would
type.
absolutely fail.
I've seen
No
your
question
typing.
about it.
I don't doubt that.
Oh, it's awful. I know.
You're
I
from-
gotta.
Oh,
Sorry,
go on.
go ahead.
No, go on. You first.
No, you go, bitch. You
Quick.
don't fucking turn the top.
No, Nate's asking what part of Canada are you from, and you're from Toronto, right?
I'm from Toronto. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We don't pronounce the second T, by the way.
Toronto.
It's called. It's not even Toronto. It's Toronto. Trono. Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. That's just how we say it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where
Where does delete go?
delete goes on the bottom left of that group of six.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Question. Your overgrowth just popped in. Did you intentionally do that, or is someone else playing on your computer?
Oh shit! No, I've got Archie Steam Farm running.
Okay.
So I'm farming games right now for cards. That's how pathetic
Wait.
I am.
What is? Does that mean like you need to reach certain achievements of like playtime and stuff?
Yes. So
Oh,
it just
okay.
idles the game for you, and then will give you cards over time. It's the least intrusive of the bunch and the easiest to set up. So that's the program I use. I think I mentioned Archie Steam Farm in my how to make money off of Steam trading cards video that some of you may have seen.
Okay. Overgrowth is actually a really fun game. I actually backed it a really long time ago, just because I like
yeah?
the physics of it and stuff. Have you actually played it?
I have not.
Oh.
But now that you've recommended it, I definitely
On
will.
controller, yeah, the physics is really cool. The fighting and stuff.
You totally missed my joke.
Oh, I was so excited that you said you were actually gonna play that. I missed the sarcasm.
I said now that you recommended it, I definitely will not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. I will. I probably, if I find time, I will. Right now, I'm stuck on Knights of Pen and Paper 2.
Okay. I've
Which
not
is
heard
just-
of that or played it.
Oh, I'm into retro games, so it's like a retro-styled 8-bit
Yep,
RPG.
okay.
And it's like you play as the party, and there's a dungeon master, and everything the story he tells you appears in the background in imagery. It's like D&D, but in 8-bit form. It's really cool,
Uh-huh.
and surprising amount of depth for what it is too. So.
Someone said to stop. Just admit to that you're mining.
Me?
Have you ever mined?
No, I have not.
I
I
have not
have never done it. I just threw out a couple riser cables I got from a guy who was clearing out his stuff. I was like, "What the hell are these?" And I didn't realize what they were at first glance. And then they aren't PCIe riser cables. They have the PCIe 1X to USB adapter,
Mhm.
and then USB cable to PCIe 16 for the graphics card. And I was like, who the hell would ever use these? This is an odd little interface. And then it occurred to me, oh, fuck, these are for mining.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I realized where they came from after I mixed them in with all my shit. Where does the pause key go?
Pause. Which one is pause again?
I don't know. No, I don't think I have it on this keyboard anyway. No, I don't. This is without the top row, so I don't think I have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh well. Fuck it.
It might be in the 3 above the insert home and stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't have that on this keyboard. So this is I'm almost done it, but this is the Drevo Caliber 71. So I'm just looking for like the last wherever they are.
That's looking really good so far, though. I like the white on the sides. It's gonna look really good with the LEDs.
Yeah, we'll see when I turn it on how it looks. We give you a live sort of like little mini review of the keycaps. I already reviewed the keyboard.
Oh man, there's a deal on ultra wide. I have a 1080p ultra wide. I've been looking for 1440s, but they're still so expensive. They're usually no like 450 or higher. Do you have any opinions on ultra wides, or have you ever tried it?
Well, oh boy, it's tough because the problem with non-standard resolutions and aspect ratios is always scaling in games, right?
Some games, I think smaller games, usually the bigger companies can, they account for it and they support it.
The bigger ones, you're absolutely right. So if you are among the people who is just like a standard, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, PUBG, Rocket League, Grand Theft Auto kind of gamer, where you're into what's popular, and that makes you happy, which is fine, then you're good. If you have a big Steam library full of backlogged indie games, then it might not be so good for you, and that's always my trouble. And also, some programs have scaling issues with again non-standard aspect ratios and resolutions, so I'm hesitant.
I forget, what do you edit on Premiere Pro?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we talked about this.
I've been very bad
Premiere
at it.
Pro. No, but okay, I use that, and your gaming point makes a lot of sense, right? A lot of the indie games are just gonna look like crap with the black bars on the side. But how much, I guess, productivity could you get out of that for the split vertical split for multi windows and a longer timeline for editing and stuff?
Yeah, I think what I would rather do, to be honest, is go with a 2-monitor solution at that
multi.
point.
I actually came from a multi to a ultra wide so I didn't get the split from the 2.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It depends on how you work. Like for me, the biggest reason I would want more screen space isn't for necessarily Premiere Pro, but it's to have Premiere Pro in one window and then my files and other stuff in another window separately. So that's kind of how I do things. I'm hesitant to use the word workflow because I'm not a fucking professional.
Yeah.
But that's how I set things up. So for that reason, I probably would just end the price. Like 2 monitors, if you're really talking cheap, like $50 a monitor.
Oh yeah, $50, 1080p for 23 inches or something versus 500.
Yeah. So there's that too.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from there.
I'm staying with 1080p 144 hertz TN panel until 4K becomes ubiquitous, and then I'll probably make the jump. But because of graphics card prices being so absurd, 4K, at least in gaming, 4K gaming, like and we're not talking about 4K gaming, because you can 4K game, like 95% of titles on Steam will run at 4K and beautifully, so there's no problems.
You care about all the indie games, right?
Oh, well, and older games too, titles from a few years ago.
And older games, yeah.
Yeah, so that's fine, but if you want like the set and forget 4K gaming, just like sliders all the way to the maximum, don't have to worry about it, 60 frames per second or better, that we're not there yet. We're not going to be there for like another 3 or 4 years probably. So I have no incentive to really switch for that reason. I'll stick with 1080p 24 inches for now. I won't go 27 because then you start seeing the pixels up close, and that's not good. Needs a certain pixel density. But
so no interest in 1440p though, kind of like the midway.
Well, it's the reason I don't like 1440p is because when you talk about scaling again, if you're going to have to rescale something, 1440p is a multiple of 720p, which is not helpful as far as I'm concerned. So if you're concerned about And for those of you who don't know where I'm going with this, like basically, the reason why 4K is appealing is because it scales perfectly to 1080p. Because 4 pixels on a 4K monitor can effectively act as one and generate a 1080p display. So there's no, you don't get that weird aliasing. That's not the right word. But there's edges of objects on misscaled images look kind of weird when you're not going for a straight divisor of that at maximum resolution. So 4K to 1080p works great. 1440p to 720p works great, but I don't do anything in 720p. So 1440p, it's kind of a tweener. And if you do run into a problem where 1440p is an issue, you're kind of stuck. For a 1080p image on a 1440p screen looks terrible, objectively. So you don't want to do that. If you're scaling down to 1080p from 1440p, you're not going to like it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm patient in that regard. I'm happy. Like I got old eyes. Like for all you young kids that like can actually see these fucking details, go nuts. But
no, I agree with you too. Like I've never cared about 4K, and then 1440p. It would only be if I did the ultra wide, but. Yeah. And it wouldn't be necessary for gaming, because this. Oh my goodness, you get even more pixels for Premiere Pro. Which my screen, even though I have an ultra wide, is so cluttered with all the crap. You know, you have all your bins and your timelines and your preview screen and your main screen. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you make good videos. I make shit. So imagine that. I'll never up my production quality though. It's just who I am.
How long do you think 1080p is still going to be? I guess it's hard to say if it's the standard right now. I haven't looked into statistics.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's definitely the standard, okay. Now,
yeah, it's still like 90% of users.
How long do you think it's going to be, you know, the predominant one? For how many more years, if you had to guess? I think for a while. Because the next step...
Probably for a while. I can't, again, because in order for... So if you picture it in your mind, you've got 3 sliders on a switchboard, okay? So you've got what developers are doing over here, and then you've got what hardware manufacturers are doing here. It's like graphics cards, CPUs, things like that. And then you've got display over here. So in order for this to get higher, they've got to pull the other guys with them a little bit. Yeah. Right? So if the hardware's not there, the displays won't sell. If the games don't give you any incentive to utilize that those resolutions or that hardware, then the games won't sell. So it usually starts with developers. It's developers are the ones that sort of set the tone. If they start coming up with pretty pictures that people are really drawn to and games that people are really buying into that look gorgeous and can really make use of that technology, that hardware, and look beautiful on a 4K monitor, an IPS display, 144 hertz, all those things that everyone wants ideally, but we aren't quite there yet, then you'll see people start to migrate. But right now, the law of diminishing returns applies. I don't think the incentive is there on the consumer side, and it doesn't help that when you think about it. I mean, the most appealing games on the market right now are, other than PUBG, which is a disaster to run, but most of them are pretty easy to run. So, you know what I mean? It's the magic formula. Not quite there yet. There's some variables that are left out. So I couldn't even make a guess as to when we're going to transcend to 4K being the norm. I don't think it'll ever be 1440p, and that's because the one reason 1440p I don't think will ever make up a majority of the market share is because of TVs. So a growing number of gamers, PC gamers, are using their TVs as their gaming monitors. Yeah. Because input lags are coming down. We're getting down to less than 20 milliseconds on like budget TVs. The image quality is great. So it's either 1080p or a 4K display, and you scale down to 1080p for the harder games for those people. And I think that's the main driving force behind that as well. So we have to sort of we progress upward in lockstep with what televisions are doing, from my estimation. I mean, could be wrong, but I'm usually pretty good at predicting these things. If you look at my older videos and what I said about what will be happening today, I'm usually right. So
he is. I mean,
Yeah.
Oafah's been doing this for a very long time, so that's why I look up to him. For those of you guys who don't know, which, by the way, I have his channel linked down below. Definitely check him out if you this is the first time you've seen him. He has really good stuff, and he's a lot funnier than I am. So
That's okay. You know what, Danny? I'm gonna give you credit right now. Say I'm gonna spit some truth. Somebody up there was like said I was spitting facts. Here's a fact. Okay, I'm gonna say something scandalous right now. So all the big tech YouTubers, and they'll never see this, so I don't care. We're talking about Linus up at the top, all the way down through Jay's 2 cents, Bit, Paul's Hardware, all those guys. Good aside from Kyle. Kyle from Bitwit is an entertaining and funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else, and Linus is getting there. Over the years, he's developed his screen personality. The one advantage I have is I started in stand-up comedy and performance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very comfortable in front of a camera and a microphone. So take it from me, Danny. You're not among those duds of people, those guys who are lifeless and devoid of I like Jay's 2 cents as a guy. He seems like a great guy. Honestly, he does. But you can tell he's not a performer. He's never been in front of a camera prior to this YouTube thing, and he stutters constantly. I stutter constantly too, but I mask it with humor. You are developing an on-screen persona that I think people are finding themselves drawn to. So don't beat yourself up. I'm not way funnier than you. I'm just kind of fat and shiny looking. That's the extent of my advantage on you. You're getting there.
Thank you for the kind words, Jeff.
So there you go. But just don't be like those other guys.
This is what I mean by kind words.
Yeah. There you go.
No.
But I have to be thankful for Danny too, because I don't promote myself. That's my one drawback, is that nobody knows me because I don't make an effort. But Danny pulls me up. Every now and again he'll reach out to me.
No, because I like to surround myself with good people, and you are good people to me. Even though you curse more, but I don't see that as a bad thing. No. I think other people might think so because I don't cuss on camera, but obviously in real life, I think everybody cusses. It's just hard to help, but yeah.
No, the thing is, you don't, and you know what? You don't have to swear to be offensive to be funny either. Believe it or not, I do have a lot of clean jokes that I put in my stand-up, many years ago, and so I'm not saying that you have to resort to that. I'm just trying to be a little different, but you can still be entertaining and be PG, and there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, that's part of the reason why your channel is succeeding, is because you're striking that fine balance between. You've got a few hints of edginess in there. You have me on your channel from time to time. You threaten me with a machete. You'll do some things, but you won't go full iDubbbz. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that guy.
So that's good. You're doing quite well. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Proud to know you. I'm proud to be supported by you as a fellow YouTuber. I'm appreciative that you take me along with you. For the ride, and you do drag me up. Every now and again, he'll just come by and he'll kick me up off my ass and be like, "You're doing something with me. Come do a video," and I'll do it, and I'll get a bunch of views from it. And most of my subscribers are from him anyway, so I'm highly appreciative. So really, it should be the other way around here. Don't idolize me. I'm wearing sweatpants for the 5th consecutive day.
Hey man, I'm in sweatpants here.
Sweatpants represent.
This is a good image, right?
Oh. Speaking of, I have to share this with your viewers. Speaking of deals, it's all about deal hunting right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if you have. Do you have the art supply store Michael's in the United States?
We have Michael's. You guys have that too?
Okay. Yeah, we do. So for the longest time, of course, this is the thing that you and I have. We both love our plain T-shirts.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Got it right there.
So the going rate in stores here in Canada for plain T-shirts is about $5 or $6 in Canadian dollars.
Okay.
And the problem is that the lowest prices on T-shirts that you can get up here in Canada at the stores will often be in limited supply in terms of color and size too. You'll go there and there won't be any extra larges. That'll be fun. So there's that. Michael's, the art supply store, has a wall full of $6 T-shirts of every single color and size. in multiple, it's just like extended availability, and it's pre-shrunk cotton. It's better quality. $6 goddamn a t-shirt. So if you want cheap ass clothes, don't go to Walmart. Don't go to no fucking Target or Zellers, whatever the hell you guys have there in the United States. Go to Michael's and buy yourself some art t-shirts.
Well, I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm pretty particular about my shirts, even though I like to get them cheap. I'm not gonna get the cheapest thing, because do you like to get that polyester cotton blend, or do you go for full cotton? All mine are kind of that half blend.
If I'm really being picky, I actually like the 95 cotton 5 spandex.
Okay.
If you guys have those, are the stretch cotton they call them. Those are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, can you guys read that? I can't. I'm not taking my shirt off for you guys. We're not. This is only our third base.
Is that Hanes?
We're not there yet. It's a Hanes shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. I got this off. This is a shirt I'm experimenting with. I got it off Amazon for $10 because it's a super tall shirt. So it's longer.
Okay. Yeah.
My problem is that whenever I do this in public, my belly just hangs out. So as a guy who's 6'3", it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check out
yeah.
Michael's. I'll see what the shirt, I guess, material makeup is, because
Yeah.
the only thing is I don't like 100% cotton. It feels, I don't know, it's not soft and stretchy, kind of like when they mix some kind of spandex or polyester into it.
I know what you're saying.
And they're also a solid color, whereas when you get that mix in there, you get a little bit of texture in the color, if you know what I'm talking about.
They have, you know what? I got one right outside. Let me just grab it.
Okay.
It'll take me like a second here. Hang on. So, this one here. So this is, I know what you're saying here. I can't hear you right now because I got my headphones off. But this is like a blend. It's got like multiple colors in it. You know what I mean? And this one is, what the hell is that? God, I'm so blind. This is what getting old is, guys. You just, I think it's just, no, it's 50-50. This is a 50-50.
Spandex or polyester?
Polyester.
Okay, yeah, so, no, you see, when you look at that blue, it's not just flat blue like a cotton shirt would be. You get that little bit of light kind of speckles in it.
Yeah, so they have these, and then they have the solid color one.
I gotta go there. I'll let you know what I find.
Oh yeah, no, it's good shit. It's good shit. So in this world of expensive graphics cards, just make your own. Just get 1,079 of your best friends, stand on a cliff in a screen array, and wear different colored shirts to generate images, and then just keep changing shirts and as frames. You know, it's like, you know, that's just stupid. Why did I even talk? But anyway.
So the only thing for me is because I wear smalls because I'm not that tall. I'm 5'5" to 5'6", depending on the day and how much I've slept. For those of you who don't know, so a lot of the stores sometimes they have a cutoff at medium, and I'm like, hello, you guys are kind of missing out on a big portion of the market here, because I think there's a lot of, like, you know, short Asian or just short people in general. Yep. So that's why when I go online, it's just like always got the size and stuff like that. But I'll check out Michael's. We have one down the street.
And I'm not kidding you. Like, the availability when I walked in there was stunning. We were there to just get some art shit for something my wife is doing for a bachelorette party. Mm-hmm. And you go in there and it's a giant wall of t-shirts, all in like drawers and like in rainbow colors. It looked like the pride flag, just like all across the wall, and like every size. Plenty of availability. They had extra small, medium, large, extra large. I was stunned. And $6 a t-shirt, right off the wall. And I think that's like that because you'd never think to go there to buy t-shirts. Like, it's just silly. So anyway, look what I'm done with this keyboard. So if you guys would like to see how it looks with these cool keycaps, I can put it on screen right now. Oh yes. Now, what color would you guys like to see before I do the big reveal here? Oh, you know what? I don't
RGB, of course. We all love the rainbows.
Okay, I don't know how to do that necessarily because I took the keycaps off that have the function key. So I don't know how to change colors anymore. How do I do this? So like, I don't want to start pressing. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, well, you get blue. That's what you're getting.
Oh.
So that's how it looks.
That looks actually really cool.
Yeah. So the entire base of each of the keycaps illuminates through the base. Now this is on a floating key keyboard, so there's no edge to it, which kind of accentuates it. But I have a feeling this would look really great as replacement keycaps for something like the
the Velocifiers.
Velocifiers, yeah. From is that the name of the company?
That,
CM.
No, they are Velocifier, but the keyboard is the VM blank blank blank.
VM, yeah. Or the right.
All right, so give us the scoop where we get these keycaps.
So where you get them from is, and this seems sketchy as fuck, believe me. Like when I first found it on Reddit, and I think it was, I don't even remember where these were posted, but it's literally just a form you fill out, like a Google Docs.
Oh, jeez.
So let me
All right.
just. I know it sounds sketchy as hell, but I swear to you, they come through. So. Let me see. I'll see if they have an act. But that's just their method of payment.
Tech Canuck. No, they aren't sanded. They come with that like light side coloring. It's yeah.
So like how it looks to me, like, okay, so if the first few things I'll tell you about. So the divisor there, I'll put it really close. I gotta open up Skype here so I can see exactly what I'm showing Danny. But like, see how it's divided there? You would think that these are two separate pieces of plastic, but there's no seam. Like, you can't feel.
Yeah, they didn't do it like
stops.
double. I'm curious how they got the injection in there like that.
I don't know. It's curious. But it's definitely not glued together. It's definitely not something. It's not like sublimated and then sanded, like you said, or dyed, or like, I don't know how the hell they did it, but it looks good. So. According to this, the website used to be projectkey.info, but it looks like they're gone. Okay, right. I got my keycaps though. I mean, how can this?
How do you not have an email from them?
I do, but it's just, hold on. Okay, I have 4 emails.
This is how sketchy it is. He can barely find it.
Here we go.
There was
okay.
some dude in an alley.
So they just send you a PayPal invoice after you form. All right, you know what? I'm gonna work on this.
Okay.
Because I don't know where the hell
tweet it out, and I'll retweet for those who are interested.
I will.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's coming in a bit. Oh, sorry, Danny didn't give me any time to prepare. It was like 2 hours. He was just like, "Bitch, please, I want to put my show on." Oh.
Because I know people get antsy when we skip too many weeks, and
I know.
It was only last minute that we found out that Lee was too busy, and I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna feel really bad if we skip another week. And then I was like, wait, let me hit up Jeff. He ain't got nothing else to do with his time.
That's true. I don't. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is their So I'm gonna. What should I do?
Just link it in the chat.
The chat. Okay.
And I think you're a mod, so the link should go through.
All right, so that's their Instagram. So from that, I think you've got their information there. It should be somewhere on
You guys don't have to... Oh, what is this? Copy link address. Come on. What the heck? I'm trying to open it, but the page isn't available. What the...
Oh, it's an Instagram link. It should be.
No, I clicked it and it said, sorry, page not available. Yeah, it's broken for everybody. It works for you?
What? No.
What are
it works for me.
What are they, Canadian only?
Hold on. HTTPS Instagram.com projectkey.hk.
Yep. Look, I'm putting it on the screen right now, and it's not working. Let me get rid of all this garbage on the back. Oh, you got to get the whole thing. Okay, I got it. We can... Oh, is that a transformer right here?
Yeah. So they make artisan keycaps. So if you want to get something stupid looking for your escape key, you can.
Oh, here it is. Here's some better pictures. Compared to Oafah's. Oh yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So it is a thing, and I'm going to continue searching and look for the order info and how you get it. But it's cheap. Like the PayPal total, I do have that here.
Okay.
Was invoice was $32.41 USD.
Okay.
So that's not terrible for a keycap set.
And they're PBT, like.
They are.
Yeah, usually you'd get like ABS custom ones for that price. So okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're...
Who the heck would want to type with this? What is this? These like they're all sharp and.
Those are the people that like to walk on Legos.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like do kinky sex things.
Wait, we don't know the site yet. Jeff's gonna get that info out later on when he figures it out. Tech Canuck.
Yeah.
Because they don't have it on this Instagram, so we'll find it. I'm guessing. Do you frequent the mechanical keyboard subreddit? I'm thinking this would pop up there.
I do, and I swear to you, it used to be projectkey.info, but that website is not loading for me.
Huh.
So maybe it's just my connection, but
February 1. It's been a month.
It's never mind. Hold on, I got it. It's maybe projectkey.hk now. That would make sense because that's their Instagram link. I'm an idiot. Let's try that out.
Yeah, I'll try it out as well. I'll get whatever viruses. Nope, it doesn't work. Projectkey.hk does not work.
Wow.
Okay.
They still have a Facebook page and everything. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping to give you the inside scoop here, but they're like not fucking. They last posted on February 1st on Facebook. They're there. They have videos. They have. The fuck?
Yeah.
They have a Twitter, it looks like.
Well, they haven't posted it for since the 1st of February, so I wonder if.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Either they went that or the website went down, and right now they're on Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year, and that China takes a whole month off for that, so they might not have anyone to, get their site back up or whatever's going on.
Oh god damn it, making me look like a. Yeah, they're. Oh well. Oh whatever. Okay. Anyhow.
No, but I mean no. Look at this. This is gorgeous right there.
It is. It's very good looking for what it is. So
I could have sworn you used to not be into RGB and all that stuff and all these aesthetics.
I'm not at all. But, oh my god. But you know what? This is the thing. I ain't got nothing else to spend my money on. So it used to be about the hardware, but these days with prices being what they are, I'm looking at my rig and I'm just like, well, whatever. Let's just treat myself. And it's $30, No,
I think also for things like keyboards, sometimes I look past the initial price because it depends on how long it lasts you, right? Like this keyboard is not like a CPU, which becomes obsolete over time. If you keep, keyboards can last 10 years, mechanical ones especially. Like, this is an investment, and if it genuinely makes you happy to look at it, spending the extra $20 now for 10 years of use, it pays itself off. So yeah.
But also on the topic of keycaps, if you want to go cheap, but you do want a replacement keycap set, I also happened to purchase. So it's going to be the subject of a video upcoming too. Purchase these purple motherfuckers off of Amazon.
Are those PBT as well?
PBT.
Oh.
Yeah. Very nice feeling. Purple as fuck. But $14 for a whole 104 key set. So now this is a real alternative. This isn't like those shiny gold keycaps you see either.
Shiny gold and silver ones all over, yeah.
These are purple, but they have gray as well. That look pretty good. So I'm going to be installing these on a board at some point as well and giving those a go.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I mean. I've seen like 3 or 4 of your last 10 videos or so, but I'm assuming you're like me in that you would like to be doing more of the whole go out and buy graphics cards and build PCs, but it's a lot harder these days to actually make.
Yeah, like I haven't done a build since the end of last year, so
yeah,
I mean, it's been like 2 months, coming up on 3. I do have a build sitting right behind me with some older parts that aren't as affected, so that's gonna be coming soon. But
yeah, that's what that is right there. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, hey, I haven't seen that before, Matt. It's that really cheap. That was going for like $20, I think, after rebate in the States. I'm not sure if you got it.
That's another example of American deals. Is that you guys get that fucking $20? We get it. This is the tempered glass one, mind you, but.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the Master Box Lite, but
3,
I picked it up for $50, I think.
Okay, it's a good looking case.
It's not bad looking. I mean, it's a Cooler Master case, which is ironic because Cooler Master cases are like the hottest on the market right now in terms of temperature.
They fixed it after Gamer Nexus kind of grilled them.
Well, yeah, they fixed it in some of their models.
Well,
This, of
yeah.
course, still a solid front on this guy. So,
Well,
but
is it actually that bad with what you put in there?
no, it's fine.
I,
What's in there right now is a 790K and a GTX 670. So,
okay.
it's fine. It's not all that. As long as it doesn't impact performance, you don't see excessive throttling, you're fine.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of the way I have it set up right now. It's kind of a negative pressure setup, so that's a little bit easier for cases with limited airflow. So, yeah, not so bad. But that's just sitting there now for testing purposes. I can't make it. And this is the important point is that I can't make a video about it because all those parts I purchased before all this crap went down.
Oh,
so it's not relevant.
No. I would still make it. Yeah, like the stuff that I purchased here. I think at the end of the video I'm gonna add some factor on it just to say, hey, unless you're getting good deals, this is what I would recommend buying it right now. Because I think people just enjoy seeing builds, especially if that hardware 670 is getting kind of old now, and people would like to see the performance regardless. So
that's true.
Yeah, mine's gonna. Well, I don't want to say the specs of mine, but mine's gonna be kind of like lower end hardware. So I just want to do it to see. Like, I haven't touched this hardware for a while. How is it gonna do against PUBG? So yeah, definitely make the video for sure.
Yeah, I probably will. That's another reason why I don't like doing build videos anymore. I will still, don't worry about it. But the one reason I don't like doing it is because I don't have a lot of newer games, and I keep getting behind.
Oh, stop being so cheap.
So I know PUBG is cheap. It's like what's like 30
bucks. Yeah.
So maybe I'll.
And you can do that in Fortnite. Those are like the top 2 games right now, like that are being played. And you have Witcher 3. I use that as one of my top. Like the graphics, when you turn that up, it's pretty demanding. And GTA, I forget if you have that or not.
I don't. I think the next most intense game I have after that is probably like Total War Warhammer. Or,
okay.
I can't. I probably have some others that are decent, but when I look at my benchmarking suite and I'm like, yeah, Shadow of Mordor, yeah, that came out in 2014. That's still relevant. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, no. That game was so easy to run though on so many systems. It was a nice thing to benchmark because it was pretty, but you can still get really good frames.
Yeah, it was actually a gorgeous game.
Yeah,
I'll give it a lot of credit. Really well optimized too. So there's that. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I have that. I have Doom.
I stopped doing Doom just because I don't know. There's too many games. You can only put so many games in one, and it takes so long. Like I'm not sure how long it takes you to test, but it takes me a while to test because I also want to get like an interesting segment of the game, not just of me rocking around. Sometimes for PUBG, it takes so long to benchmark because I'm trying to get kills and make it look like I'm actually decent at the game.
Yep. Yeah, I'm the same way. All of my game footage you'll see is one of 2 types of game footage. It's either a game I've played and it's somewhere, decent. Like I've got a save state that's somewhere that makes sense, or it's like right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
and I don't care. I don't honestly, guys. I have 8,000 subscribers. I appreciate you, but fuck, I got things to do. I'm just gonna load it up and record. So. Yeah. Oh, benchmark with Skyrim. Skyrim with too many mods. That's a good idea. Skyrim is still difficult as fuck to run when you've got like 40 mods lined up.
So I never really played too much of modded Skyrim or that Legendary Edition that came out, because the Legendary Edition was supposed to include a lot of the more popular mods to make it look pretty, right? Now, is that more optimized because it was done by proper developers than the ones that are made by the community?
Well, okay, so you're talking about Skyrim Special Edition, right?
Whatever's the highest one. I forgot if Legendary or Special came out after.
So the graphical changes they made to Special Edition were insignificant. They weren't even that great. They were nice, but so not nearly as demanding. Modded Skyrim, base modded Skyrim, like you just get the original game and with community mods, is just way more intense and prettier. So there's really no comparison. Like Bethesda hasn't done anything to Skyrim to really update it. It's been the community entirely.
Okay.
It would be nice if they just took the best mods of the community and said, okay, guys, you know what? We're going to give you profits. Here we go. Here's a brand new Skyrim with all the best mods. that make it look prettier, but they don't do that.
Okay.
So that would be great. That's a good way to make. I know everyone hates paid mods, and I'm of a dissenting opinion there. I think that there is a room place for paid mods if they're done right, and the majority of the revenue does go to the people who are incentivized to develop them. But that would be a great way to get people on board and make these old games new again. Because asking them or expecting people to do it for free, not sustainable, I don't think.
Yeah.
And that's why you have a reduction in quality too. That's why these 40 mods all lined up in the same loader together create conflicts and crash, is because what the fuck do you expect? Like, this is all stuff that's put together for free.
Yeah.
But if it did have some support and it were something that people could profit from and make a business out of, and in partnership with Bethesda, it would be a lot cleaner. So anyway,
that's pretty interesting because, like, you know how movie studios, they always like contract out a lot of the special effects. It'd be kind of like that, except now there'd be like this new industry of modders and like modding houses where they can, games could contract out to them and say, hey, we need, we want this done. And yeah, that's really, that'd be interesting to see if we ever see that in our lifetime.
It's true. I find that the PCM are receptive to big business and capitalism, and they don't see it as a viable way forward because they don't trust big business, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
But there are places where public-private partnerships will work. You know what I mean? Or in this case, non-profit and private partnerships where have the backing of a company, and it's been done in other games. So, or it's been done in other venues, I should say. I don't think it's been done in any games, but in other venues like software, it's been done. So, Steam itself is based on that principle. Steam itself is just like, sure, come sell our games on your platform, and you know what? We'll even give you keys that you can sell to other people and give us no cut for. We'll open up our platform completely, and we'll only take a cut of sales on our platform directly, and give you a chance to put your product out there. We'll take a cut of the profits, and everybody's happy. And to be fair, it has worked out tremendously well for so many independent developers. So I don't know why the same thing can't apply to publishers.
Well, that's what that paid mods thing, when they tried to do it, right? Except people were
They tried,
stealing it and like selling other people's mods. So if they could refine that a bit, and that'd be
and change the split too. I think that one of the biggest gripes was that like Steam was taking 30% and the developer was taking 40%, and by the time you get it all down to it, it's like 30% for the guy who's actually mod. In my opinion, if I'm Bethesda, I don't want a cut of the mod. I benefit from the fact that my game that's 5 years old is now selling again.
Yeah, true.
Because of these mods. So that's the benefit for me. And again, Steam itself is based on that business model. Like they thrive because that's what they do. They just like, you can keep your game on our platform for as long as you want. Your store page will be up. We will occasionally promote it for you. We'll put it on the front page. We'll help you advertise it, market it. And they don't take anything until your game sells at all. And they benefit from your presence there. Yeah. So it's a much more welcoming business model, as opposed to Bethesda was like, yeah, sure, we'll let you do it. We'll admit you for a big fee and a chunk of your shit, and we'll limit what you can do. And it's just, it was, anyway, that's an old issue. Let's talk about something modern. Donald Trump, motherfucker.
Oh, jeez. I try not to talk about politics. I'm pretty sure people, like, I guess they wouldn't know my stance, but they would know which side I lean on. I would think, anyways. But I'm not.
Well, you're an educated person and a minority. I kind of have an idea as to where you might fall. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you get people who are outliers. I've seen some people where I'm like, really? Huh?
Yeah.
And you see those people on Twitter sometimes, and it's like, interesting. Yeah. Let me read these comment threads and die a little bit inside. But anyways.
I have this one friend, sorry, just on the tangent, I have this one friend who a furry, so like he believes he's an animal, and he goes to conventions and yips, and he's gay, but he's a financial analyst and he's a conservative.
Well, that's an outlier that I was talking about. I don't know if I know someone that extreme personally, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
that's all we'll say about that.
No, that's all we'll say.
Yeah.
fine.
Let's see. Let's see if we missed anything in. Oh, one of the viewers, it's Nate. He sent something over onto Discord to show to people because it's a pretty good deal. That was on Slick Deals, pre-built. So Alienware pre-builts, we've been seeing this a lot lately. What are your opinions on them? Because I'm pretty for them.
Absolutely. Oh my god. You know, I never thought I would say this, but pre-builts are fucking amazing these days. And that's a damn shame because they shouldn't be. They're still grossly overpriced in terms of what they cost to produce.
Oh yeah. But that's all we have, so
that's all we have. So it's a good place to start. The only thing I would always recommend, if you can, and I'm sure Danny will concur, if you can get a detailed spec sheet for every pre-built that you come across, make sure the power supply is of at least a reputable manufacturer. You might not be able to find the platform design and things like that, the ODM, but make sure it's by a company you at least recognize the name of. So Fortron Power, Delta makes a lot of pre-built power supplies that are very good. Off the top of my head, Light On is, I think, who owns Light On again? I don't remember, but they're ones you'll find popping up here and there. They're pretty good. But if you put it into the Johnny Guru forums and you find people going, what about Coolmax power supplies? Are these safe?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not safe. If people are asking questions about it, probably not. So yeah, FSP is Fortron, right? So everything by them, it's okay. Like, these are not the best power supplies in the world, and they're not. They're usually like 80 plus bronze in that range, and they're usually good for 3 to maybe 5 years. They don't have independent manufacturer warranties, so they come. It's just, I guess, part of the pre-built warranty. Yeah. But make sure they're at least passable, as in, like, they're not going to blow your shit up. So that's the key.
I was just saying, or I would just think, looking at this price, I'd just say, all right, PSU is just going to have to be replaced regardless. And it's still a good deal. Like, I don't factor that in because you can get the decent basic EVGAs or any of the Corsairs for however cheap. This one has a 1070 and an 8700. You could probably pass. I mean, you could pass with the 500 watt, right? I guess
absolutely.
How much do you usually go above? You don't try to ride at 100% utilization, right? So
no. Typically, the meat of the efficiency curve is around 50 to 60%. So that's where I try to sit. Although the current power supply I have is a P2 650, and my system usually doesn't pull more than 300 under
same here
maximum load. So, and the reason why I actually could go less than 50 is because the silence is more important to me than anything else. Although when you get your system going that hard anyway, the rest of the system are going to make more noise than your power supply could. So it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah.
But silence is first, efficiency is second, and then finally you want to talk about actual need and demand. So, but yeah, 50, 60% is a good target, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And the nice thing, too, is that capacitors don't... I mean, okay, I don't want to misspeak here, because I know there's got to be one electrical engineer who's watching it. Actually...
Well, he can help us out, though, if we're wrong.
Yeah. But in general... Capacitors, especially on the primary side of power supplies, they don't fail suddenly. They will degrade and become less capacitive as time goes on, but they'll work for a long time. And the nice thing about that is that it's at least to a degree, so the power supply will work. And this is evident. So you can pick up a lot of power supplies from like 7 or 8 years ago that have had regular wear. You can get a multimeter attached to them and push them and see how far they'll go. And, the primary side cap might not output the same voltage it once did, but it'll still be sufficient to power your build, which is the nice thing about getting overbuilt power supplies that are too big, is because if you're only running a 300 watt peak system and your power supply is 8 years old, it'll probably still work, right? Yeah. When you start getting up into that upper limit of where this power supply was designed to operate, that you'll start to have problems. So, yeah. And yes, if you have weak wall power, I don't. You see, there he goes. It's like, aha. But what about if your AC power is dirty from? I know that, Tech Canuck. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, no Canadian on Canadian violence here, okay?
No, we don't. We wouldn't fight. We would just argue sternly and then go make love.
Okay, so yeah, it kind of sucks that there aren't that many good deals, like Jeff was saying. If you guys have any Kijiji posts you wanna put up, we can take a look at those since we do have Jeff here, and he does frequent Kijiji a lot, more so than Craigslist and everything else.
Our Craigslist in Toronto is like pretty much dead. So yeah, it's mostly Kijiji. Although Kijiji suck hard too. So where are you, Tekanuk? Where in Canada are you? Barrie? I bet you're in Barrie. You sound like a guy from Barrie. I'm just kidding.
Nate actually also brought up a good point. This one we can't see. Sometimes they show you what actual graphics card you're getting inside. I'm just gonna guess it's like the low end, those MSI or Asus, like barely even have a model name to them. Yeah, it is a 1070, but
they're probably worse than that. Most of those, judging by the case and the fact that it's Alienware, it's probably just an OEM Shroud 1070, which means it's a very simple black looking blower cooler.
Yeah.
I have one around here. I don't know where it is. A 960 that's got it, but it's as basic ass as you can imagine.
But I mean, you still get base 1070 performance, and even saying all that, we still said it was a good deal just because 1070 prices are like, I don't know, 500 right now. It's really ridiculously high.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember the good old days when mining was like confined to just AMD and no one gave a shit?
Yeah.
But now it's just like, oh look, NVIDIA cards just in terms of raw output are so much better than AMD cards that they're actually able to compete in the mining market. And now everybody's fucked. So how are your 1050 Ti prices, by the way?
So I was able to pick up one for $100. This was before the rise though, so it's kind of hard to say. Yeah. Right now they're sitting at like 150 to 170, I think, brand new. Used market. Someone just sent me something for the new series I'm doing. They got a cheap 1050 Ti. I think it was like 100 or less. So they're still out there, the used deals. New ones are just not good though. 150 plus.
Oh. You're just reminding me, you said someone sent you something. So a viewer of mine was kind enough to send me, and I have it sitting around somewhere, but I seem to have misplaced it. He sent me an old Ivy Bridge E. Like, I think it's an i7-3820. So the low end of the X79 socket, the chips. So in a future video, once I bring myself to do it, I'm going to buy one of those cheap AliExpress X79 motherboards that look totally sketch and have like 2 memory slots and the VRMs are uncooled and all those. And I'm just going to see if it works. Have you ever purchased one of those before? Or
no,
those, like,
I know Brian from Techia City does, or he has. Yeah, I have not yet.
I don't know. I just look at the design but man, does that ever look frightening sometimes. I mean, everything looks clean, like the solder joints look clean, the traces look fine, but like you're looking at the design choices and you're like, how in their right mind can they market a 4+1 VRM X79 motherboard? Like, they know that people are going to put 4960Xs in this thing, right? Like, and they're going to overclock them and they're going to explode.
How much do they cost?
Oh, you look right now if you want to see if you can find one.
AliExpress. Which board were you thinking about getting?
I was just going to choose the cheapest one for fun.
Okay, so it's the cheapest X79 motherboard?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look for the lowest priced one we have. United States. What just happened? Okay.
Those are motherboards.
Where's the sorting? Come on, AliExpress.
Sort by lowest price.
Oh, there it is. I'm blind, apparently. Low to high. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then correction. Apparently, 1050 Ti's are like $200 right now.
Oh, my God.
No, that's correct. Yeah, I was confusing it with the 1050.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. What is this one? Is this an actual motherboard and not just like a sticker? $11 a piece?
That seems...
They only have a side profile picture. There's nothing else.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of. I mean, that's a little too.
It is
for
no
my
mother. Oh,
taste.
it's a shield backplate.
Oh, it's the IO
It's not
shield,
even a
okay.
picture of the shield though. It's a picture of the actual. Well,
Yeah.
the
yeah,
IO.
yeah.
All right, so you can get it for $85 from Motherboard. Is it Motherboard brand?
Motherboard.
um,
Oh god. But like, zoom in on it. Go, like, hover over the picture. Like, take a look at. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Like, that's what am I counting there? At least 8 phases that I can see. Okay, but only 2 dim slots, which is a little telling. Well, you have no. I mean, it's a micro ATX board, for God's sake. You have no 2 expansion slots. That's. I mean, Asus just doesn't make this shit. You know what I mean? And like you have to question, like, where did they even source the chipset for this? You know what I mean? Like, Intel is very select about who they sell chipsets to. They're obviously salvaged, third party. Like, how are they getting these X79 chipsets to attach to these boards? I don't get it.
That's a good question. And you're gonna do a full. Are you gonna try to do a kind of like a breakdown type video once you do it?
I'm gonna try. Like, again, I am not an engineer. I mean, electrically, I can investigate. I can put a multimeter to the solder joints and tell you how the power looks and all that, and I can do component analysis to some degree. I'm no buildzoid though. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'll maybe buy one, and then I've had some conversations with Steve at Gamers Nexus.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll reach out to him and be like, hey, you should do this because you're a full-time YouTuber and have resources, and I'm just a bald white guy. You can tell how successful someone is in the YouTube environment by how much hair they have, and he is all like fucking Greek god, like.
Yeah, he's like PC hardware Jesus.
Yeah.
The best kind. I'm trying to think of who's a successful bald tech YouTuber, if there is.
Tech of Tomorrow, if you know him.
Oh yeah, no, I do know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I found out he had no feet, I was like amazed. He's got it kind of rough, so.
Yeah, no. Hey.
It's crazy that he's still able to produce content with all that crap going on.
Yep. I know. There's a few guys like that, so it's amazing. I'm getting it. I get a little taste of it. Obviously, 8,000 subscribers is nowhere near what some of these guys are at, but I got to tell you, I have been recognized in person.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because the Toronto used hardware community is very tight knit. So it's happened about 4 or 5 times, and I took a picture with one guy, and
nice,
and it's nice to be recognized, but it's weird because I'm not a celebrity in my mind. I'm just Jeff. But you get that bit of treatment of people like they're a little awkward around you. They don't know how to interact with you. I cannot imagine what these guys go through on a daily basis.
Well, they've got to become used to it because, no, I share that same sentiment as you. It's like, I don't know how to act around these people, too. It's not just them not knowing how to act around us. We don't know how to act around them, and it's like, oh, God, did I just say something stupid? Or am I being weird because I'm not used to this? Like, we're so normal.
Yeah, I know, it's true. But, like, speaking of bigger YouTubers, I have to ask you this question. I think everyone would... I gotta get it out. So for your video that I participated in, biggest PC mistakes. Why on earth didn't Brian from Tech Yes City talk about his sawing off of the heat pipes on the graphics card? Why? Oh no, that's clearly his biggest mistake.
Well, I'm not sure if he wanted to pull something that viewers didn't already know about.
Okay.
Because
fair enough.
Like you know, people already know about that one. I'm not sure if I specified in the email something that has never been shared or not, or maybe that's what he thought would be more worth sharing because everyone already knows about the sawing one. So yeah.
I figured at least he would. He doesn't. I don't want to criticize. I'm lovely, but he seemed like he seems like he's got enough of a sense of humor to just poke fun at himself. I figured he'd slip it in there just at the end to be like, oh, by the way, there's this time as well where I did something incredibly stupid. I would do that. I'm not. I could tell you all kinds of stupid shit. In fact, some of the things I cut. The reason why I chose the story I chose is because it's the only thing that would fit in like a minute and a half. I have so many stories about things I've done that would blow your mind for someone of my supposed knowledge level, because people are fucking stupid, and we just forget, and we were absent-minded, and
Oh, we're careless, or we want to take shortcuts. Yeah, there's so many things.
oh, shortcut. Oh,
The
how many
shortcuts,
times
yeah.
have we all just like grabbed the wrong modular cable and destroyed a piece of equipment?
And not
Like,
all
I've
of
done
us
that at-
are rich enough for a modular cable, so
Oh.
no. But
You know what I mean?
that
It's
was
like, oh, yeah,
Science
this
Studio's
one'll
biggest
work,
one, I think, that made his channel a little bit drama-y. Until Gamers
Yeah.
Nexus was the one who saw, right, that it was a modular
Yeah.
cable that he switched. But yeah, I mean, no, everyone makes mistakes, so it's just
Oh, yeah.
you need to be able to own up to it. Like, otherwise, you're not gonna learn, and you're just gonna come off as egotistical or arrogant. It's good
Yeah.
to poke fun at yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And what I will say is the team of people that you've chosen to reach out to and like build your network off of, which is something that, by the way, Danny is very good at. Part of the reason his channel is so big is this motherfucker knows how to network with other YouTubers. He has really like he's like an octopus, and he's got an arm around everybody. And he's pulling people into his net. It's really good. I'm just not capable of that. I don't have the personal skills. But you're doing a good job of that, and the group of people you've chosen to like latch onto is a good group. Like Oz Talks Hardware, good. That's a good channel. Like he is clearly dedicated. You either got to do one of two things. You got to entertain, or you got to educate. You either got to be a jackass like me, or you have to be really, really content driven, and like every second of this video you are learning something important. You do that. Like your entire angle is about, it isn't necessarily about the finer details of the hardware or the games you're benchmarking, but it's like, this is how I get deals. Like, this is how you save money. And that's sort of my educational focus as well. All the people you have on your team are all very content focused, which is what I love. And there's so many YouTubers who are just drone on forever about fucking nothing. Again, I'm trying to be positive and say good things about good people and not say bad things about certain individuals, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's just more flattery for Danny.
Thank you again.
So.
No, no, I like to, I don't know, I really like surrounding myself with humble people, and everyone in that was pretty humble, so you included, even though sometimes you seem to go off or like get loud, but you are very humble. Like,
yeah, you know, it's self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just...
That's a form of being humble.
Yeah.
Seeing very low importance in oneself.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, a few deals. Sorry, yeah, let's get back to the deals.
Oh, no, let's get to the chat because people have been talking. All right, let's see. Best GPU under $100 used? What would that be in the Canadian market? I'd say a 770 here. GTX 770.
Oh, you'd be really lucky to find a 770. Recent findings. I don't think anything Kepler is. Well, I mean, 760s are still doable, obviously. 660 Ti's still doable under 100. AMD side, you might be lucky to get a 7950, but those are so old at this. Like, why would you chance it, right? 7950s. Can you? What was it? 2010 that they came out?
I thought it was 2011, but we'll see.
So you've either got to take a chance on a 7-year-old graphics card, you know, or buy an APU. That's pretty much your.
They're so good though because they rebranded it kind of a couple of times, right?
R9 280, yeah.
Yeah, and then let's see, 7950. So I don't see it as being that old because it was the exact same card, but it's just how long has it been used for. So it depends on what condition you find it is. Oh, it was actually right at the beginning of 2012.
That's not so bad, I guess. But yeah, it depends. If it's 79 basic edition, that's avoidable because that's probably in the first year of production. If it's 7950 boost edition, that's 2013. If it's an R9 280, you're a little bit better off. And I think that's when they stopped using Tahiti chips at that point. They switched over to Tonga. Which you won't find for under $100 here in Canada. If you're lucky if you do, and you should jump on it. But the problem with those is that the reason why a lot of
are still cheap is because they are older and they're only 2-3 gigabytes of VRAM. So they work, they're good, but
Well, what can you get with 4 under 100 right
that's-
now? You can't.
I don't think you can. I think the closest. I mean, a 1050. Some models have 4 gigabytes. Some go around 100 here in Canada sometimes, but that was weeks ago, and you know how things change from week to week. So, yeah, I don't think there is one. 3 gigabyte cards you can do.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it'll be the 7950, which would be the only one. Right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, and I.
But for 1080p, I don't know. Like, I still recommend 2 gigabyte cards. Like, the 2 gigabyte variant of the 770 is still a very strong performer.
Yeah.
And the 960, if you can find for 100 up there. I know you can find for 100 or less down here, so.
They're right around like 120, I think, still.
Okay.
So, yeah, they sort of they've mostly avoided the boom. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're not used directly for mining, but they get that secondary effect of nothing else being available and people snatching them up as an alternative.
Yep.
So
That's exactly
yeah.
it. Everything is like that. Like back when I made my first warning video about all this crap, I'm pretty sure there are some 1050 models that have gigabytes.
Of which one?
I'm gonna check that now. Somebody's saying that they don't come in 4 gigabyte.
Which one doesn't? 1050. I could have sworn they did.
They did make some. I just don't know how common they are.
Yeah,
let me take a look.
Was it a Chinese? Wait. 1054 gigabyte. I may be confused on this one. 1050 Ti's.
Maybe I am too.
No. I'm seeing a comparison right here on Tom's Hardware, but
they're not available in Canada, not retail. I think they exist though. I remember reading that somewhere.
Oh, okay. Why am I seeing so many threads for 4 gigabyte ones? Are people just misquoting the 1050 Ti's?
It could be. I distinctly remember seeing something about that. It might have been a Chinese market.
Yeah, there's that Chinese market thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was this card. So if you guys find a link, let us know. But yeah, it's looking like the general consensus is Ti is the 4 gigabyte.
Yeah, well, in North America, it's certainly widespread. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna there are okay. So if you want to talk about there are 4 gigabyte variants of the 670. Like they do exist. There are 4 gigabyte variants of the 670, 680, not the 660 Ti. It stopped at the 670. They came out at the end of Kepler's run. Limited production. I have had a few in my life, but they do exist, and you can probably get those for $100. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
there are 1050s with 4 gigabytes, and so it's
laptops. There it is. But the laptop ones. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I just linked.
And yeah, there are 4 gigabyte 960s too. There's that. So
yeah.
But I knew they got made. So laptop makes sense. So
let's see. Oh, how long are you good to stay on for? By the way, do you have a cutoff time?
I should probably go to bed in about 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So cut off at
7:30
PST. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so 20 more minutes. I'm not sure if you guys linked us any Craigslist or Kijiji deals. There's not much going on in Build a PC sales. I've been looking to try to find stuff. What the heck is this? Oh, external GPU enclosure.
It's funny how when you're looking for that, you're just like you're craving a good price on something, and you see something similar, and you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
it's this." No,
I see
it's
power
not.
Color something 150, and then it's that's what it is.
Yeah.
Your eyes focus only on the things you want to see.
Yeah. For example, she's got nice tits, but a little bit of junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? You'll just blot that shit out and just anyway. No,
junk in the trunk in like a bad way.
Well, too much. You know. What I mean?
Too much.
Yeah. So, one of those girls, Freddie Mercury, about. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say Nicki Minaj is too much in the trunk? Because she's not like, you know, like overweight, but there's a lot down there.
Yeah, there's a lot down there, and I think it's artificial.
But do they inject and stuff? I have no idea how that's. Oh
yeah.
Or I guess plastic surgery. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely exists. That's the thing. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
Parker Neal always be posting stuff. Do you ever pick anything up? I'm not sure if you submitted to Deal Hunter Showcase, but if you do get any good deals, definitely post them or send them, Parker. But let's see what he found on Craigslist. Oh man, office equipment sale. This is the best. $10.
Oh yeah.
All right. What do we got here? They don't give, you know, when they don't give details on the monitors, you just have to assume the worst. I would say those aren't even like, you know, i5 or i3 dual core. They're probably like
Core 2 Duos.
Yep, Core 2 Duos.
Well, let me take a look. Zoom in a bit, Danny.
All right, we're gonna zoom. This is the most I can enhance right here. Wait, go back.
And you gotta move the screen over for me a bit because all I can see is the chat.
1 second. Oh, my bad. That's what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to zoom in for me. Or where's the? Somebody's got the link for me.
Oh yeah, let me post the link to the thing so everyone can take a look.
Yeah, see, because this is, you know, I have a very keen eye for pre-builts.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely.
Oh shit! Page not found.
What? I think it's something with the YouTube linking. Because.
Yeah, I have the full address though. buffalo.craigslist.org/sop/d/computer-to-bundle-deals office.
All the way to HTML.
Yeah, it's there.
Cut off the front part. Take off the HTTPS. That might work.
Very weird. Yeah, it looks like it's loading now.
Okay.
But yeah, let's zoom in. I mean, just from the tiny thing I'm seeing on the screen, it looks like an HP Elite. If it's an 8 series, then that would be a Sandy Bridge.
Oh.
So.
Oh. The towers are $40. It's not 10. They did that thing where they put the lowest price item. The prices are here, but for $40, that'd still be good.
Yeah.
The chip itself is worth around 40. Oh, it's not loading.
No, I can't see it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we can see any more in terms of the enhanced zoomness. Anyways, this is probably what you will see. So
from the front shroud and those 2 gray stripes on the side, that's definitely an HP Elite, if I had to guess, and that would be non-standard motherboard. You're going to get everything except I think the power connector is non-standard. It's a 6-pin proprietary, but it is featuring by default. I think the 8200 comes with an i5-2400, so $40. That's like 60 Canadian. That's a solid deal. Probably 4 gigs of RAM. Probably a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's a good place to start anyway. The board might not be useful if you're not handy with wires and electronics, but still, yeah, good components. That would be a good candidate for a part out and resell.
And resell instead of moving it to like a new case, slapping a cheap GPU and for a cheap gaming system. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a flip off like you and I did. That would be a reasonable candidate. Flip off. Yeah.
These Dell monitors they're $20 each, but I'm pretty sure none of these are 1080p. I think I have this one at work right here. That's like a 1400 by 9 something.
900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these ones, I forget what the resolution are, but $20.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you aren't running the highest end system, it's a decent size, and you can run some at a lower resolution for $20. Okay.
Yeah. And you could probably talk them down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 16 gigabyte. What? DDR3 16 gigs for $30?
That's crazy.
It's a split set, but still, it's all there.
That's crazy.
This is very crazy. Yeah. Parker, get this, and then submit it to Deal Hunter Showcase.
Parker, fucking get on it, Parker.
Yeah, get this, because
stop being a Parker and start being a mover.
In 2 years, this will still be worth more than $30. So there's no depreciation that you're gonna have to worry about. That's always look at if you have to hold on to it because you can't move it. What will happen? So.
Yep. Yeah. And RAM is RAM. That's the thumb. And The nice thing about the top two sticks there is that they're still under warranty. It's lifetime.
Oh, Corsair Vengeance are lifetime warranty? I did not know
I'm
that.
pretty sure they are, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there was a single Corsair stick from GDR3 generation. Or worst case, it's 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So they're never shorter than 10 years.
All right.
So the OEM ones at the bottom there that look like
Let's see what we can get.
Hynix.
Let's see. No, I don't think that's the Hynix logo. Can you? Let me see if I can zoom in more. Can you see it better there? That logo's not. I don't recognize that. The M with the kind of ring around it. You could probably look it up and find it based on the serial. But
oh, it's Micron. That's Micron.
Oh,
that's an M. Oh, that's Micron. Yeah. So.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So they're one of the big three. So that's probably still a good stick.
The Micron, Samsung, and
Hynix.
Hynix, okay.
Three. Yeah. So that's a Micron OEM, probably just base 1333 or maybe even 1600. So good sticks.
Oh, someone asked, do you need a receipt for warranty? Ooh.
Not really.
Usually not, right? Especially after this long, they're usually pretty lenient about it.
Yeah, and oh god, okay, I got to be very careful. This is on the internet, and it's going to be here forever.
Yep.
But so here's the thing. A digital receipt counts. Wink, wink. I'm not advocating forgery. I have never forged, but it's a thing, and one ever
use your own judgment.
Use your own judgment.
Only you will decide if you are okay with forging. We can't tell you what to do.
We can't tell you.
Or
we
what,
don't endorse forging.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you to blatantly do it. Duh.
There are three things that Danny nor I don't endorse: forgery, anal sex, or voting Republican. I don't know. They're kind of all the same.
Or
thing,
pirating software. That one's horrible.
I'm kidding.
Never do that.
Pirating software. Oh, don't do that. Or like emulators. Ugh. What kind of a person are you? Emulators. Coolroms.net. Come on.
Coolrom.com. Come on, get it right. It rhymes. No, but yeah. Now we're throwing them off because they're gonna really wonder what we do
do. How do we really feel?
But that's the fun thing about it.
Yeah.
But okay. So yeah, I get those RAM sticks, sell off half of them, use them all, whatever. I would grab those instantly. This next deal, $50. I thought I saw 75. 250 gigabyte Toshiba for $50. That they're going for SSDs are going for about 60 in the States. I'm not sure about Canada.
For 256s, I think they're actually going up. I think the cheapest I've seen about 80. New.
On sale? That's a sale price?
On sale and new, yeah. And we're talking power, we're talking Mushkin.
Yeah.
So that's about the same.
$60, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I have to do conversions every time.
Yeah. That's about right. Yeah. But SSDs you can pick up. So this is a Craigslist ad, right?
eBay. Well, yeah, this is Craigslist. Yeah.
Okay. But he's just screenshotting it from eBay. I see. Okay, yeah. So it looks like he's probably an OEM or an off-leaser, and he's parting some systems out because that looks like an OEM drive. And if that's the case, you can... Okay. I don't want to get into it in too much detail, but SSDs secondhand are often cheap if you live in a market where there's a huge off-lease ecosystem. So if you're in a financial center, you'll find a lot of these because there are all kinds of desktops and laptops being torn down, and this is in a lot of cases the only part that's resaleable. So there's a flood of SSDs on the secondhand market here in Toronto, and you can find them pretty cheap, and including M.2 drives too, both SATA and NVMe. Like my NVMe secondhand, 512 gigabytes for $130. And it's a PM961, so it's a good Samsung drive. Canadian funds, so it's like $100 US for 512. So NVMe.
Yeah.
Did I say that? And that's because of this phenomenon where if you're in a big financial center, there's a lot of computers and offices that are off lease, and then they're being sent back to the dealers. The only thing they can do with them a lot of the time, especially if they don't quite work properly, is just part out pieces and sell them as bits. And then they will go to Kijiji because they get cash, and then again, pay your taxes, but I have cerebral palsy too. But anyway, and that's how that happens. So if you're in a market where that's available, you can probably do better than this $50. You might be able to do 40 American or 60 up here in Canada.
I haven't, like, so I don't know, because maybe the guys keep off of Hardware Swap and my local Craigslist. I haven't. This is about standard used pricing. I would think, being in Seattle, the tech is all around. But though I don't know how often they're tearing down their systems. But yeah, I haven't seen it for much cheaper than this. So I would say, maybe talk them down. I think for $40 that'd be a really good deal.
50's fine.
50,
it's not bad.
It's only 10 off of what you can get new on Amazon or Newegg on any given week on below the PC sales. So yeah. Okay. Are you sitting on like a fat stack of SSDs right now?
I'm actually pretty short, believe it or not. My one source, 5 or 3, and he's disappeared into the aether. I don't know where he went.
You don't have his personal his phone number? It was all by email and Sketch.
I definitely have his phone number. I still know him. He doesn't deal anymore, and I think his source dried up.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to speculate, but yeah. So, what do we got here?
Ice Cube. What is
that? Is an HIS
290. Okay.
Oh.
That's not too common of a card.
No, it's not.
I remember seeing those, the really ugly blower style 7950s with that
the ice cream cone.
Yeah, and they taper off like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love them. I mean, I hate them, but
price wise on these parts, $49.50. Haswell, okay, with the Z87. Why are those paired together?
Sorry, a Z87 and a what?
Locked 4950.
4950 doesn't exist. 4590.
4590. I read it wrong.
Oh,
my dyslexia kicked in. Sorry, yeah, you're right. 4950. For 100.
Yeah, a lot of people do that if they think they might upgrade faster chip. It can overclock.
That's true.
But yeah, it's kind of weird.
These are still so expensive. Haswell i5s, even the lowest end ones. I don't think I can find them for under $100 anywhere. eBay, Craigslist.
That's the power of branding. The i5 brand, despite the fact that we've had a 50% core count bump, people still associate i5 with a certain level of performance. And if you're not in the know about technology, you'll look at a Haswell i5, and in your mind, you'll just equate it to a slightly worse Coffee Lake i5. Like, that's how it'll go. It's only if you know about how a CPU works. And then again, for us in the tech community, we know, enthusiasts know, but everyday people, it's the branding they care about. Like when I suggested that somebody was a Pentium for desktop use, like for office use, he scoffed at me. He was like, "No."
He wanted like an i3 at least or something.
Yeah, at least an i3. And I was like, okay. And at the time, I was like, "Do you know the difference between an i3 and a Pentium?" And he's like, "Well, the i3's better." And I said, "The i3 has hyperthreading. That's pretty much it." And he's like, "What's that?" And I said, "Exactly. Like, for office applications, you're paying twice as much for virtually nothing. Like, you're not talking about huge spreadsheets with tons of macros. We're talking about, like, I'm going to Google things and
email,
stock prices and send emails. Like, it's so.
Oh, based on this guy's pricing, it seems like everything is pretty high, but I'm cheap. So, wait, C920 for $35. I'd say that's pretty decent.
Yeah, it is. It's a good cam.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's what my first couple of videos on the channel were. Like, I used it to like record the B-roll and stuff. So
sure,
it's good 1080p stuff. Yeah, but I mean, the SSD's a little. I mean, it's as much as new. This one, same thing. 8 gigs of DDR3 for $50. That's kind of standard now, sadly. I aim for 40 or so, but. And then that 290 for 250. I think people are still using them to mine, so it's affected by that.
Yeah, but every component is built up in value because of the effect that the graphics card prices and high RAM prices, are having on the market. Yeah.
So
especially like this is precisely why Haswell processors in particular are disproportionately high, because Haswell was the last major release generation that supported DDR3. Skylake technically does, but finding a Skylake DDR3 motherboard is hard. So if you're going to go for DDR3 RAM, which is presumably cheaper than DDR4, Haswell's the processor you go for. So people know this. So if they know anything about what's going on, they'll be like, aha, my Haswell i5, despite the fact that my locked Haswell i5 doesn't really perform any better than the Sandy Bridge 2500K, it's overclocked to a modest degree, like 4.2 gigahertz, I'm still going to charge a premium for it because it's newer and I know people want it specifically for this reason.
Yeah. Right?
So it's all about the psychology, the market position. It's fucking infuriating.
So there are people who are like, this would be us on Craigslist because we're trying to flip to like make our money back or profit. You got to find the people who don't care about money, that are just trying to get something back and be done with it, and they will lower their prices to move it quick. So
quick's the key. Quick, if you find somebody who's just like, I'm leaving the country.
Oh yeah,
I need to get rid of this stuff. I came up with the best deal I've ever found. And by the way, you want an idea for? Contact those same 10 people and ask them about the absolute best deals they've ever found like secondhand or like Brian digging through bins or whatever. For me, it was this one guy who lived, strangely enough, in my building at the time, and I didn't know it. So I found him on Kijiji. I saw that he was selling Xbox 360 controllers, and I needed a few. And I was like, oh hey, I live at this intersection here, and he's like, I live there too. And I was like, what building do you live in? He said, oh, I live in this building. And I said, that's my building. What unit? And he's like, 510. And I'm like, great, I'll be up in like 2 seconds. Are you home? Yes. So I go upstairs, knock on his door. I get the Xbox 360 controllers for something like $15 a piece, which I think was pretty standard. And then I look to his closet, and he's got a motherboard and a CPU and a cooler sitting there. And I said, hey, out of curiosity, are you going to get rid of those? And he says, oh yeah, that's from my old build. I don't know, like $40. And I didn't see what they were.
Yeah.
I just saw that it was a motherboard, and it looked, you know how I am. Like, I can look at a part and tell generally what it is. And it looked kind of like a Z68 board. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. So I got it upstairs, and it was a 2600K and a motherboard for $40. Yeah,
wait, was this in a video? Did you say that?
No.
Okay.
Did I mention that in
I thought that sounds like a familiar story, but I'm not sure if it was a slightly different deal, because I know you get some of those combos sometimes that are like really well priced.
I might have mentioned it in the video.
Okay.
But yeah, it's shit like that. People are leaving the country, they just don't care.
Yeah.
And he also ended up selling me a full system as well, for an insane price. I don't remember what was in it or what it was for, but he's just like, I'm going to France. I need cappuccino money.
Yeah.
So
I think
opportunity.
Someone posted to me that something happened to them, but they were from Hawaii, so it's technically considered a state still. But yeah, someone was leaving the island of Hawaii, and they had all this computer stuff, like tons of motherboards. They posted a picture on Twitter, and they were like, yep, I got all this for like a cheap amount. And it was like, you took advantage of the the situation. So yeah.
Yep. Value is best defined as demand. That's really what something's value is equated to. It's how many people want it and how fast and how available. That's the essence of supply, is how long you're willing to wait. If you're willing to multiply that duration of time and expand it, widen your window, then things become cheaper. Like, the more patient you are, the better the deal you find. Similarly, the less time you're willing to spend waiting, the more expensive something is going to be. So take advantage of that shit. Not only be patient, but take advantage of people who can't be.
Take advantage of them, yes.
Yeah, well, in a nice way. Politely. Just give them a reach.
I was given a lot of crap for the flipping challenge. I'm not sure if you were too.
Not really.
Okay, no. Well, I think because the view count, like there was more traffic, so there was more people who were anal about those things, and they were like, "Dude, that's so messed up that you're doing that," or something like that. You ripped the guy off. They said I ripped the guy off who sold the system to me. When I was like, "Dude, I didn't even talk him down. He willingly posted it for that amount, and it was sitting there for however long. I didn't like force him at gunpoint to sell it to me." So, yeah.
And here's the thing. What people are willing to pay for something is how much. And if you can buy something for less than what it's worth and resell it for that price, that's business.
Yeah.
Do you think that this Drevo Caliber 71 cost the people at Drevo $69.99 Canadian dollars to? Of course it didn't. It cost them $12.50, labor inclusive, and they're selling it to you for that price.
Yeah.
This is not considered unethical because you buy it from a store. What's the difference? If I can find something for a certain price and then resell it for more, why is that inherently unethical? As long as you're not misrepresenting the product, you're being forthright, you're being honest. Fuck you. I don't know how you feel about it. That's my
No, I agree with you. I tried to have I tried to stay level-headed as I discussed with this commenter, but he just once someone is set in their ways, you can't really convince them. I was like, all right, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're one in a million. A lot of people don't have a problem with it, so I'm not gonna convince everyone.
And that's another problem with being a big channel. The reason why I'm kind of glad I'm not super slow.
You're cutting out a bit. A lot of people are saying you're cutting out. I'm not sure if it's because, do you have it on a auto detect or sensitivity level?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll pull it closer to my face. But another thing I hate about, or I would potentially hate being a larger channel, and you're starting to get this a bit too, is that when you start showing up in the search algorithm or in browse features more often, you start to get random viewers that are not your regulars a lot. And those are the people that are problems. It's not your regulars. Everybody who's here knows your channel. They know your content. You know, they're fine with that shit. It's those idiots that are just randos that cause all the trouble. So, like, the fact that I have 8,000 subscribers and everybody who's viewing is a reasonably intelligent person who wants to watch me, that's golden. But it's when you start getting that crap that I just want to just reach through the fucking screen.
Yeah, it's when you get, like, what's it called? Yeah, when a video kind of takes off. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that one got like 100 and 200 and something.
I'm not sure what it's at now. I think it's one of my top viewed videos. But
it was my idea.
Yeah, it was.
God damn it. I think mine's at like 12,000 or something.
Let's see. Video. Yeah, it's my second most viewed videos next to Windows 10 unactivated. But
oh, wow.
So 239. I don't have a million video yet, but it tapers off really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good. I'm glad I could contribute to your channel in some way.
Thank you very much.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, my pleasure. Honestly, that was... Should have. My production quality, I got to step up my game a little bit, but I find it so tedious.
It is tedious. Like, I don't lie when I talk about how much I spend editing. Part of it is because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy putting snippets and making it pristine, but it takes a lot of time, and it wears you down after a while.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so another Haswell unlocked this time. Z87 GTX 960. See, seeing that graphics card in there and seeing $600, I don't like already. But and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, I'd say this is overpriced just already.
Yeah. Especially for a 960 of all cards.
Yeah, maybe
it's one of those cards that's If
you had
like
a
960,
maybe.
actually, like a 960. Last I checked, is pretty much toe to toe with 1050. So, what are you really buying?
A 960 is a little bit above a 1050. It's like between that and a 1050 Ti. Maybe.
Yeah, but only a sliver. I think, right?
Yeah. I would say a 970 would make this solid.
Like, I know the architecture is the same, but just the process is smaller. but there's more CUDA cores in the 960, but it's clocked higher on the 1050. So I think it all depends on how high your 1050 boosts. If you can sustain a 1950, it's probably better than a 1060, but or than a 960. But 960s did overclock pretty well. You can get those up to like 1500 megahertz, no problem. So
yeah,
I think they're close enough.
But
so,
it's still not valuable enough to pay 600 for this.
No, definitely.
And then,
not.
yeah, and the RAM is only 8 instead of 16, which would have brought the value up a bit. Yeah. I mean, talk it down to, what would you say, just off the top of your head by looking at that list, how much would you pay for this, that they could talk it down to?
Well, this is my thought process here. This is one because...
You're cutting out again. Can you get closer?
Oh,
half the stuff you said got cut off. Can you repeat that?
Sorry. This is the one reason why 7s is because Haswell i7s are essentially, there are 5 1400s for, that are used, in terms of performance, they're roughly the same. This is unlocked though, so you can, okay, so let me correct what I was about to say. Haswell unlocked i7s, when overclocked, are a little bit better, I think, in terms of single-threaded performance than the quad-core 8-thread Ryzen chips. A little bit. But they're close. So, and now that the 2400G has come out, which is 4 cores, 8 threads, slightly refined architecture, you can probably get it up to about 4 gigahertz if you're, 3.9 at least. I look at that brand new with a B350 motherboard, and suddenly this computer looks a lot less enticing.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what breaks it down for me. So you throw a 960 that you buy separately into a build with a Ryzen chip like that, and suddenly this looks like a ripoff. So I couldn't conscionably pay more than $350 for that in your currency.
$350. Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then again, like DDR3 is a consideration, right? DDR4 you're going to have to buy if you're going with. So maybe a little more than that. What's the drive it comes with? It
has a 128 SSD as well as a 1 terabyte mechanical.
This is a flip job, right? Like this is a guy who put together it looks like. So
yeah, because it is an odd pairing. He's like, crap, I don't have a better graphics card. Let me throw 960 advertised as a gaming, or he says ROG. Wait, ROG computer. What? Why is he calling it that? What is Republic of Gamer about it? Unless ROG stands for something else, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just me. This is my problem with the whole process these days, is that we're in this very weird time where the math has considerably changed to the point where I just can't, at glance, know what's going on, right? So
yeah. It's hard to recommend, especially since we already have good systems and we wouldn't buy this stuff. So it's like, I don't... yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the ROG was the motherboard. Duh, it's in caps. For some reason I was looking for, because Republic of Gamers, they make their own pre-builds too. So that's the first thing I looked for when I saw that. And okay, so yeah, I'd go up a little bit more and say 450, just because.
If you're buying it for your own personal use, yeah, 450 is a justified price. Yeah. But I wouldn't buy it as a person looking to fund a YouTube channel off the profits, and get some money to charity.
For sure. I wouldn't pick this up because I wouldn't be able to flip it, and I don't have a need for a computer like this, and it's not priced well enough. So, hey, old, kind of old, $25. See, it's hard for me to give recommendations for cards like this because I have no use for them. What is your take usually? Because this would only go into a monitor that needs like multi-monitor output. For me.
Yeah. So the thing with 70, call correctly, it's not even on-air architecture. It's don't correct me. I know this. It's oh god, what's the code name? It's Jesus Christ. It's Cape Verde is the name of the AMD architecture. Am I right?
I'm not sure. Can anyone fact check him? And also, sorry that he's still cutting out. The proximity apparently isn't the thing. It's Discord or our connection or something. I don't know. But at least all your guys' lip reading skills are getting a lot better. Because I mean, I can still make out what you're saying. You know, because it's cutting out
It could
only
be
every other
Skype,
word.
yeah.
No, we're on Discord. Remember, we're not on Skype.
Oh, you and I are on Discord.
Yeah, they're hearing us through Discord. So.
Oh, that's very strange.
So it's, yeah, because Discord is usually really good.
What was
Cape
it
Verde. Cape Verde.
Yeah. However you pronounce it. Yes. Problem with that architecture is that it's even worse than Bon Air. So like in Bon Air architecture, we're talking 260, 260X to give you some context. And that, at the time it was released, was barely a 1080p capable card in 2014. So like,
oh yeah,
this is worse than that. So like, I don't see any application for this at all, because even for what you said, I mean, as far as I know, especially this model of the R7770 requires a 6-pin external PCIe power. So if that's the case, and all you need is dual monitor setup, you're better off with anything.
Just anything, like an 8400 GS. No, just like really old school stuff that you can get for dirt cheap, like $5-10. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't see an application for this card.
What about for like, I guess those would run games like, you know, like League of Legends or Dota at low settings at 720p. See, that's why I don't really answer these, because I'm like, might as well spend $50. It's only $25 more, and you're gonna get something that can play 1080p. You get like, you spend double, but you get like 8 times performance gains.
Yeah. So you can get some mileage out of this for esports, like a lot of people are saying. But you can probably get a better deal. I mean, here in Toronto, I can't speak for everybody, but there are a lot of Best Buy pre-builts that have been torn down that have things like the A8 7600, like APUs that people are selling with working motherboards for like $40.
Yeah, all
in, and even with some RAM in some cases if you're really lucky. So like you might be able to get, like I said, integrated graphics with chip included, which would require work on any power supply that is at least blow up your shit. You know, like I've got right here. You know, these over Toronto are everywhere. These Seasonic 350
oh yeah, those Seasonics.
Bronze, yeah.
Wait, do you buy them
rated.
local, or I can only find those on eBay?
No, I buy them local. I got a guy who's got.
You got a guy.
He's got like truckloads of these. So whenever I need another 10 or 20, when I get them. So 350 watts, bronze rated, no PCIe power connectors, but good built power supply, $10 Canadian.
Do you also get access to the 600 and what is it, 600 or 650 watt, whichever the higher variant ones with the 6 and 8 pins?
He does have them, but he charges.
Oh, okay.
You know, normal prices for those. For these, he knows there's a limited market.
Yeah.
But you get one of these guys, and your world opens up, right? Like you don't need. There's a lot of things you can work with a power supply like this, which is where it starts in my mind. You start thinking about APUs, and you start thinking about. Yeah. So anyway, I don't see an application for the 7770. It's these fucking product numbers are just blowing my. Just stop with the numbers. Switch to something else. Like whenever I go to say RX 570, I always say GTX 570 because I had that card for so long.
Yeah, it was weird when they came out with the 200 series Radeon R9 cards, because then like the 280 that was like the first GTX series, right? And that was like the GTX 280, which my first desktop graphics card. So it is confusing, and then when people just say without the GTX or RX or R9s, it's confusing on like message boards and Twitter and stuff. You're talking about completely different things.
And it's like, dude, I'm still rocking a 580. I was like, that's pretty new.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and it gets really confusing. Like the 460, I guess 460s. If you're rocking a GTX 460, oh man, you need an upgrade. But
that's another card that's pretty much in this category as something like.
Yeah. So we don't recommend.
I have two GTX 580s on my shelf that I picked up for $40 each a while back. I only bought them for testing purposes, just so that I can make a video.
I'm trying to think of the performance range in terms of like a 900. That's like a 960, right?
No,
Like a 950, 960
white.
in between there?
It was on release. It was analogous to the 750. Sorry, I should. It was better than the 6970 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Then when the 7 series came out on the side, the 7950 was slightly better than it, I think. But
Wait,
only by like 3%.
7950?
Yeah, came out.
Okay.
That was the first 20 nanometer chip was the 7950, 7970. The 7950, I think, you can look it up on Power Up, but I think it was like 3% better than the GTX 580.
Okay.
Which only had 1.5 gigabytes of,
Yeah.
VRAM and all that. It gives you an idea. I think it's about the same performance-wise today. Probably worse, actually, because of that frame buffer.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it still has some life. But, like, at that point, you got to think to yourself, like, graphics card. But that's one 8-pin and one 6-pin power connector. This is a 250-watt card.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
The power, the noise, the heat. Jesus Christ. Something that gets outperformed easily, hands down, by a 1050 Ti.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. Anyway. Let's move on. 770.
This is good. Get this right now.
Oh, that is good.
$55, like, instantly.
Yeah.
Also post the Deal Hunter showcase. I just want like a queue of submissions so that I never have to worry about like I'm running out. I do have a lot of people actually submitted. I was actually surprised. Like you ask people to actually put in some effort to take pictures and like write a description. You weed out a lot of people, but there are a lot of viewers who are very they're very proud of what they found and they want to help support the series. So they've
I do weed out a lot of people. Oh, you said weed out a lot of people.
Oh.
I do eat out a lot of people. I just usually line them up.
It should
like,
only be one person
them.
now, right? Only one person now.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But I used to just stack them up, like ass to puss, and just like all the way up. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's do one more.
Get this instantly.
Yeah,
I love this. You have to come to me because I don't have a car yet. No lowballers. Price is firm, which is reasonable. I mean, that's a good firm price. And he doesn't want to deal with cheapos who are going to be like, hey, $20?
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Best entry-level graphics card in your opinion at the moment. What are your opinions on like the 1030 and stuff? Those are about $70 to $80.
The 1030 was a great little option.
Until the APU?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew what you were going to say.
So in this little thing here that I the Geek A20.
Yep.
So it's a half height graphics card that it can fit only.
Mm-hmm.
So low profile, as they sometimes call it.
Yeah.
So this was crying for either a 1050 Ti, because they do have them, they do exist.
Yeah.
Or a 1030. That's
or a
what
560 that also comes in half height, though pricing on those I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's a little,
Yeah.
So for those purposes, it works. I'll say this, and Linus has on a couple occasions made fun of the GT 1030 in his videos. He's gotten a few shots in here and there, but of all of the low-end graphics cards that have ever been released in given generations, this is the only one, the first one that's existed so far that actually is gaming capable, like legitimately.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's not terrible. Like the price performance ratio is bad. It's still a little expensive for what it is, but it's a good performing card. If all you want that is the MOBA card. Like So
because like the previous ones, like the 730 or 630 or 620,
they were shit.
They were so garbage. And I know some viewers have told me they went to Best Buy, they didn't know any better. Those were sold for in the upwards of $80 or so, and they got ripped off. Because they don't tell you the performance numbers on the card box when you're at Best Buy. You get home, you slap it in, and you realize it's garbage. So, yeah. But, I agree. 1030 can hang a little bit on 1080p depending on title.
Yeah. And if you're willing to sacrifice some settings and all that. But, with the APUs, I mean, the 2200 sweet-looking little chip.
$100. Man.
Yeah.
$100. I forget if the 1200 was supposed to be MSRP at 100 or 110, but
I think it's the same. I think
it was the same. So now you get the added benefit of the graphics.
They just threw in Vega graphics for free.
Yeah, which is
think of it like
awesome.
That.
Yeah.
So
And they're
hard to
available
determine.
too. I just checked Newegg and Amazon. They're they're not just completely sold out. So it's
Nope.
nice that there is availability.
Yep.
I need
And the
to
motherboards are cheap.
I need to
That's
do
the nice
something
thing.
with it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you planning on like buying one just to like tinker around with, or?
I will probably buy one, and the plan originally for this guy.
Oh,
Get
you
it.
cut out a lot there. Repeat, please.
Oh. Sorry. The plan for this A20 from Geek was to potentially wall mount it and use it as a stream box for my TV PC. So what I wanted to do was start streaming with some friends of mine more regularly.
Okay.
It's sort of like a couch co-op kind of show
Yeah.
where we play Steam games that are couch co-op capable and, fart around. And this was going to go on the wall behind the TV mounted to act as the stream box.
Okay.
So with just a capture card and an APU, that's the plan. Now that's the plan. Originally it was GT 1030, then APUs came out. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do, and it looks like it has mounting holes. So
Okay.
yeah, I think I will probably pick up a 2200G, which is probably going to be fine for streaming if it's just for stream box purposes only.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 4 Ryzen cores can handle streaming at 1080p output if it's not doing anything else. So
Yeah.
but I do have to go soon. I've already overstayed
Yep.
my welcome.
It's been like 23 minutes, so let me know whenever you have to go. I have this.
Throw up one more,
Okay,
and then I'll kind
we
of.
got one left here. I think that's the
Yeah.
last one, anyways. Yep. So, where's this? New Hampshire.
Oh, look at that cable nest.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Huh. Hey. G-Skill
Oh, hey, there
Aries.
you go.
Okay.
That is a stick of DDR2.
No, this is
Go back.
DDR3. This is DDR3. The Aries. I
Oh
think-
yeah.
Well, no,
look at
it's 83.
notch.
It's the 8350.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is DDR3.
I actually had the Aries was not as popular
Oh,
as the
yeah,
Ripjaws
wow.
or Sniper series. I don't see them as often. I don't know why.
What's the price on this?
This is $350. Oh my goodness, no. Because look at we were just talking crap
Yeah.
about the GT 630. You won't be able to game with this out of the buy, like right away.
This is what flip jobs look like these days, except that he's taken no. He's probably put no effort into the cable management because he knows it's only going to sell to a moron anyway. So
But-
he's just waiting for that one person to come by and buy it.
I think there's an Antec 900 case though, just by looking at the side panel,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was my first case ever. I love that case, but it
Yeah.
is getting dated. Yeah, I can't. This isn't worth much.
But you can tell it's a flip job. Like there's so many. Why would he's got a Wraith cooler on that? Like so it's a newer.
Wait, no, that's not a rate. This is just the standard copper heat
Oh
pipe.
yeah, you're right. It is
Loud.
I'm sorry.
Jet turbine.
It just has that boxy shroud around it.
Mhm.
And I mistook it for the Wraith cooler.
Oh yeah, wait, 32 gigs.
I'm seeing it.
Wait, it has 32 gigs of RAM though, which is worth
Oh.
at least probably close to 150 to 200. That's the only thing though.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I'm looking at it very small on your screen.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, here you go.
But okay, so that looks like an ASRock 970A motherboard, so it's not even the best chipset, but I think so anyway. I think I've had that motherboard before.
Mm-hmm.
The VRMs though are
Okay.
half decent, so it's probably capable of an overclock. Definitely not worth $350 though.
Yeah.
What's the power supply on it?
It's a 650 watt EVGA 650. Well, I'm not sure what.
It's probably one of their bronze or the white unit.
Yeah.
So something 650. So yeah, I don't think they made a white unit with 650.
I
Did
don't
they?
remember any EVGA ones that are white. Let's see, 650.
They made a 700.
They got the
That was white.
BQ is the only one that popped. Oh wait, no. What is this one? Ah, it is a white one. All right.
Oh.
I never see. I've never seen this. Okay. So yeah, 650 watt. Just 80 plus white efficiency. Yeah. He mislisted it as DDR4 though. I wonder if anyone's gonna get thrown off by this, thinking it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is valuable because this is worth. Let's see. Like this would make it worth like $400 if it was DDR4.
Yeah.
Which, if we
Pardon
take a quick... Oh, no problem. Here's 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM for $100, guys. This is what we're looking at. I can't believe it's still creeping up. Like...
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what's... By the way, you know what's starting to get a little fishy about this whole DRAM? See, I was on Reddit, ever read anything I post, and I get into arguments a lot. There's a lot of talk about collusion, and I've always been, in this instance, a defender of the major makers because the price increase does make sense, or it did make sense. Like, now that everything's got DRAM in it, like everything, we're talking about anything. Embedded systems can use NAND as memory, and they do often. If it's like you know, it's ARM chip or something like that, they'll just use NAND. But anything, there's all kinds of devices out there, from fridges to cars, that have DRAM in them. Everything's got a computer in it, and if it's got any sort of meat behind it, they use DRAM. So I can see why prices are high. But now that NAND is starting to come down, and it is coming down, and coming down hard, like the SSDs are getting cheaper, that doesn't make sense.
That
like,
keeps
why
getting more expensive?
Yeah, like why? Because NAND is also everywhere, and they should be increasing in lockstep because there's equal demand out there, equal supply. I mean, okay, not quite equal. There's 3 makers of DRAM. There's like 5 or 6 NAND makers. But that is what makes me think maybe there is another case of collusion happening, because it's a lot easier to get 3 companies to agree to a collusion plan than it is to get 6. But again, you think to yourself, well, they're making it so obvious, like by doing that, like by NAND prices falling the way they are, but keeping DRAM prices artificially high. Like, it's so hard to say, but it's starting anyway. I'm starting to change my mind. It's starting to look more like it could be another 2001 to 2003 DRAM price fixing thing going on, but time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I mean, at this point, it's bullshit. Production should have normalized by now.
Yeah, let's see. I actually haven't taken a look at what the lowest cost 8 gigabyte kit is. Oh, not highest.
Oh, it's the same shit.
Like, I think we can find some in the $80 range, which is still ridiculous.
Yeah.
But let's see. And then we gotta go to the where is it? Oh, here it is. So we want the 1x8 and 2x8, or 2x4 rather. Here we go. So we're gonna apply these, and the lowest is gonna be $81 from Geo, however you pronounce that. Yeah, but I mean, that's still way too much.
Yeah. One question I'll field, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, you get cut off. Can you repeat?
As much as tired Jeff is funny, Jeff. I got to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
So the guy asked, what do you think of 1080p gaming at 240 hertz? Couple of things. Number one, if you really want it, make sure it's an actual 240 hertz display and not a TV that has interpolation or some other true motion bullshit that makes it
some filler in between those frames. Yeah,
because that's obviously problematic. But if it is one of the legitimate 240 hertz monitors and it's something you want, I would seriously suggest you investigate the law of diminishing returns as a principle, because the amount of money you're paying for those extra 96 hertz that you're getting over a 144 in this market is, especially in terms of perceptibility. So I'm not going to be one of those people that says the human eye can only see X, because it's not true. The human eye differs from person to person.
Yeah.
Depends on your vision quality. Depends on a lot of things. How fast those synapses fire. So some people can perceive the difference between 144 and 240, but I guarantee you're probably not one of them. Yeah. Because when you get up to that refresh rate, you're talking about what has to be the top 2 percentile of people. Like it's almost imperceptible. So at least in terms of fidelity, if you're talking about responsiveness, you're talking about taking advantage of the higher refresh rate for better accuracy when you're shooting, target hitting, things like that. Yeah. Maybe, but I would suggest waiting for actual evidence before making a decision, because 240 hertz monitors are still expensive.
Well, you could always do that renting thing, and by renting I mean buy it, try it, don't like it, return it on both of those monitors. It depends on how much money you have, right? A lot of places have like really good return policies, and I guess it's legitimate because they say it's if you're not satisfied, you can return it. It's not like that's what the system is in place for. It's not like you know buying clothes, wearing it for 30 days, and then returning. That's a little different. That's kind of a little scummy, but with electronics,
you got your fucking pit stains in it and shit. You've jerked off on the underwear. But to address Asian Walkstead's point, he says 240 hertz equals better have a GPU that can run it. Actually, you better have a CPU that can run it.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up to frame rates that high, if you're looking to match frame rate to refresh rate, which is presumably what you're going to try to do, at that point, it's not your GPU in a lot of cases. In most cases, actually, that's going to be the limiting factor. If it is a game that is capable of even running a frame rate that high, it's going to be an esports game, probably.
Yeah.
And if it's an esports game, it's your CPU that's going to hold you back. Because when you get 50 people on the screen, but it's not your graphics card at that point. It's draw calls. It's your CPU simply telling the graphics card, I need pictures, and that's where the logjam is going to be. So, yeah. Which is exactly why I think high refresh gaming, that's the limiting factor to gaming. Because here's where CPUs are right now, right? You've got your core count going up, but single-threaded performance is still like, we can't get very much more out of it. And single-threaded strength performance, especially with DirectX 11 titles, is what you need to drive high frame rates in these esport titles to get into the 200s consistently and not have big drops and things like that. So, yes, you need the CPU is what's more important than that. The GPU too, obviously, but that becomes more of a consideration, which is another reason why I kind of for the future is because GPU technology, because of the way GPUs work more is better. More stream processors, more CUDA cores, better performance, as opposed to CPU side, which has hard limits on single performance, where we can go with silicon.
Yeah.
It looks like better graphics cards and prettier pictures at larger resolutions is going to be attainable, as where 300, 400 hertz, 400 FPS not gonna happen. Like we just don't have the technology. So anyway, that's tired ramblings of a white man.
You have work tomorrow?
I do, yeah.
What time do you usually wake up for work? Your time?
6.
Oh, that's early. You should be in bed. It's 11. Well, because then there's getting ready time and all that stuff too. So
I got to take a mad shit. I ate like 5 today. Oh my god, running through me like water.
Are you gonna do that tonight or wait till the morning where it feels extra?
I might do it tonight. I might get both. Maybe it'll be a race. It'll be to see what happens first. My full excrement or me falling asleep on the toilet. We'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you for having me, Danny.
Oh yeah, no problem, for sure. It was great having you on, and yeah, thanks for being able to fill in such short notice. Yeah, I always appreciate having guests.
And please, there will be more videos coming. It's coming. I'm not going to abandon you guys. So stay tuned for, if you don't mind me plugging my channel.
Oh yeah, go plug.
Yeah, so
plug
a review on that.
Want.
Yeah, yeah, get it in there. That's a deep. So the A20 case I mentioned from Geek, I'll be looking at that. I will be taking a revisit of the Drevo Caliber 71. People have been asking me to do that, and I will be examining the keycap set I just put on it as well. So look for some nice product reviews coming up, because fucking secondhand builds are a little bit more difficult to do. So yeah. All
right, so you heard it from him. If you haven't subbed him yet, be sure to sub. He's a really great guy. I consider him one of my closest friends on YouTube. So that says a lot, maybe. I don't know. Depends on how high you hold my opinion. Some people.
Very high, very high. You know what? I'm. This may sound stupid, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of what you're accomplishing.
Thank you, Father.
I love seeing your subscriber count go up, because you're doing it right. So
Thank you,
good.
Sir.
You're quite welcome.
But yeah, thanks everyone. If you have any last minute things, put them in the chat. But we are gonna sign out now, and everyone who watches this after the fact, thank you for watching. Until next time. But in case you didn't know, he's Oafah from Tactical. Bye.
Yeah.